This is the battlefield for a game of speed and strategy. These are the letters that lead to victory on Blockbusters! And here's the star of Blockbusters, Bill Cullen!
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Hello, gang. That's all right, you don't get squad. Thank you. Oh, what a... Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're a lovely group here, and we appreciate your coming to Blockbusters, which, as you folks at home, as well as you folks in the studio, most probably know is a show where we pit the skills of a family pair against a solo player. First of all, let us meet our family pair. It is a mother and daughter team, the McCarthy ladies, known to their close personal friends as Pat and Liz, and so far, $24,500. Congratulations, ladies. Very good. Our solo player, an architect, and someone I'm sure you want to meet who walked in here and became a contestant up against this buzzsaw combination right now, is Joe Rothman. Welcome back, Joe. Happy to have you. Joe does something that I've always aspired to do and never did anything about, and that is he has become an architect, for which we congratulate him. It is a fun field, is it not, Joe?
Yes, it is.
What kind of work are you doing now? You're remodeling a house.
Well,
that's
yes, I'm remodeling my house, but I work for a firm that does a lot of the luxury condominiums that are going up in the city right now.
That's
fun. Yeah.
Oh, sure it is. As a matter of fact, Pat and Liz, I was talking to Liz. She's a student at Harvard, economics. And you too at one time aspired to be an architect, did you, Liz?
Yeah, I just took an architecture course last semester, and it's the best course I took.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. And Pat's the proud mother, and she has 3 others, I understand.
Yes, I have 4 beautiful daughters.
Are they all single?
Yes.
Isn't that nice? Well, I don't ask for myself, naturally, because, you know, the time of who's clapping up there. Bob Hilton, the perpetual volunteer. We were all in the middle of a game one time. Was called, actually, Pat and Liz has won game 1, and it takes 2 games to win the match and get a shot at an additional $5,000. And Joe, you want to win this one to stay in it.
Yes.
There's our board over there. You see it's represented by white marks, and as all family pairs so far, the moment they make the connection from side to side, they will have done it with game 2. Liz, you were the last, Pat, you were the last one to answer correctly. Where are you going?
W, please, Bill.
Okay, the letter W, and Joe, you do want to block. Here comes question. Moment you think you know, hit the button. Question. What W can charge wire fences with so much static electricity that even livestock can be electrocuted? Pat.
Wind?
Wind is the answer, yes.
Where did you get that?
I didn't know
What
that.
else could it be? Yeah.
Did you guess, Pat?
Yeah, I just thought, what else could it be?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Wind blowing through the fences can fill them with, and they can heavens, all right, good. Remember, you heard it here. Pat, where are you going?
Let's take the L, please, Bill.
I figured it would be that or the N. Joe, get in there and throw a block.
Try.
Okay, here we go. Possible game and match for the family pair. What L generates more than 15 million volts of electricity each for the game and match, Liz?
Lightning.
Time it strikes. Lightning is the answer. You've won everything. Congratulations. Boy, congratulations, Liz and Pat. You did it again. And Joe, I meant it when I said you came up against a team that is red hot.
Very good.
They have that famous old thing, momentum. Joe, we have some very nice consolation prizes, and I hope you become another Frank Lloyd Wright.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to be
Sit
here.
right there and be comfortable. We'll be back here, give Liz and Pat a chance at $5,000 more in just a moment, but right now we have this for you. Okay. Well, you two are working on $25,000 now, which, if my arithmetic is any darn good, means you've been up here, what, 26 and a 25? 6 doesn't go into 25. So that indicates you've never been up here.
Right.
Liz, you've been up. Who's going up here, Pat?
I'm going to do it this
You two are alternating and doing a marvelous job. Pat, it's your turn. Come on up. I'm going to give you a shot at $5,000 more. These two are. Good luck, Pat. Step there. way you two are playing, I don't want to jinx you. I won't say it now. I'll say it later on. You know how it works, Pat. The idea is to start at the left side and make a path. The moment you get over there and connect the gold to the gold, it's a quick additional $5,000 for you. And if you miss, we put a block up and you should be able to work your way around it. 60 seconds to do all this. So you're working on 25 and going for another 5. The clock will begin when you tell me where you want to start. Now you start, take a breath and all that, do whatever you want to do.
SC.
Scene of famous ceiling paintings.
Sistine Chapel.
Correct.
K.
Became our 15th state in 1792.
Kentucky.
Right.
YC.
Joe DiMaggio's nickname.
The Yankee Clipper.
Right.
LP.
Discovered anti-rabies vaccine.
Louis Pasteur.
That's it.
BV.
Barbara Stanwyck TV series.
Big Valley.
You did it. Boy, oh boy. How quick can you be? $30,000. Congratulations. You two are all right. Boy. I don't know. Go on back there. You two, you've been alternating. You not only get through the board, but you get through it in like record. I don't know if it's record time. I don't know if we're keeping track of that at the moment. I couldn't see the clock, but you just zip right through there without any delay. $30,000 for Pat and Liz McCarthy. And you know, when we lay out money like that, we have to go out and get some. Now, instead of working, here's the way we do it. $30,000. All right. I mentioned the other day we have a new rule. It used to be that you could only go up to the Gold Run board 10 times, and whatever you did, it was a total possibility of $60,000. Now that's been expanded to 20, so it can be $120,000. Boy. Let us welcome a lady here who I'm sure would like to share in some of these winnings. Would you make welcome Tema Kramer? Hello, Tema.
Thank you. Hello.
What do you do, Tema?
I'm a writer and I teach.
You write, you say?
Yes.
What kind of writing do you do?
Well, I'm working on a screenplay now and a novel.
That's very good.
I hope so.
Are you doing it on spec? Or?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's all right. That's good. I don't mean to try to be funny when I say it. It is good practice. It is good for a writer to write. How long have you been writing?
I've been writing for about 5 years now.
Uh-huh. Sell anything yet?
I've had a lot of almosts, enough to keep going.
Well, I know the feeling. I did that too for a long, long time.
Yes.
I had so many almost and finally got a nearly, and once I sold a story called In the Nicka. But that's a whole... Tim, anything else you want to tell us about yourself?
Well, I've worn my lucky ring.
Uh-huh.
I won some money on Splendid Spruce this year and got a lucky horseshoe, and I hope it brings me luck here.
Splendid Spruce being a horse?
Yes.
He asked, hopefully. Okay,
Yes.
good. I just want... I didn't know Splendid Spruce myself. You know how this works?
Yes, I do.
The minute you think you know, bang the button. Or pull a horse's tail or whatever,
All
and
right.
it gives you a chance. Okay, Pat and Liz, ready to go? Tema, ready to go?
Yes.
Game one of this match, starting with the letter M. As in mother. I say that because that is not the answer. No. Question. Answer begins with M. What M has been in the hands of the Grimaldi family since... That's Pat.
Monaco.
Monaco is the right answer. Pat, you're off and running. What M has been in the hands of the Grimaldi family since the 10th century and is known for its gambling casino on the Riviera. And Grace Kelly and so many other fine things. Where to, Pat?
P, please.
Okay, family pair trying to make that side-to-side connection and Tema trying to stop them and connect top to bottom. Question. What P are the brilliant red flowers that were... That's Tema.
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia is the right answer. You got one up there. Poinsettias. They were first brought to the United... This is the rest of the question. They were first brought to the U.S. by the American minister to Mexico, Joel Poinsett, and hence their name. Okay, going to the next one. Where are you going, Tema?
I'll go to A, please.
Okay. Answer starts with an A. Everybody ready? What A was given up by the Creek Indians in 1821 and is where the Braves play baseball? Pat.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's the right answer. Okay. Doesn't say whether the Creek Indians were paid for Atlanta. Well, like Manhattan, they got $24 for that job. But in 1921, the Creek Indians just said, there, take it. And, yeah, Pat.
I'm sorry. The B for Bill.
Thank you, Pat. Was I the billing?
Of course.
All right. I appreciate that. Tema, you can, if you get that one, then you can dedicate it to me. All right. Answer begins with a B. What B is the Kentucky county that corn whiskey is named after? That's Pat again.
Bourbon.
Time. Buzzer hit, so I repeat the whole question for you, Tema. What B is the Kentucky county that corn whiskey is named after?
Bourbon.
Bourbon is the answer. You get it, Tema. I'll explain. I can't stop once the thing's rolling there, Pat, you understand? All I can say is incorrect, and then if you answer after the buzzer, it's a time problem. Tema, where to, ma'am?
I'll try letter F.
Hey, that's a widely spread out board we got going now. Tema's going to try to get it into some sort of order. Question, answer starts with F. What F is the body's most concentrated source of energy? But Tema.
The face.
No. I'll repeat the question for either Liz or Pat. What F is the body's most concentrated source of energy, but many people want to get rid of it? Liz, your hand was up first.
Fat.
Fat is right. That's the reason the face made me laugh. Yes. I understand your thinking there. Family pair gets that one, and Liz, it's your turn to choose.
Oh, please.
Okay, letter O. Family pair going for this one, and Tema trying to block. What O can grow on tree limbs and bear rock, and are considered the world's most beautiful flowers? Tema.
Orchids.
Orchids is the right answer, Tema. You did block. Well, we got little doohickeys all over the board. Where are you going, Tema?
Gee, I'm going to try the letter U.
Okay, letter U's good. Work out fine. Family pair could use it too. What U is a real city in Texas or a non-existent place where there are no problems? Tema.
Utopia.
Utopia is the answer. Okay. Your choice.
The letter T.
Letter T. T for Tema, I imagine. Everybody ready? What T follows Atlanta millionaire Ted? That's Pat.
Turner.
Turner's the right answer, and the family pair gets it. Atlanta millionaire Ted and rock and roll stars Ike and Tina. Turner's the answer, and Pat, your choice.
G, please.
Letter G. Okay, that'll get the connection over there on the left. Question, what G recently caused motorists on an Italian highway to really get stuck in traffic because a truck carrying Pat?
Glue.
Some spilled it in an accident. Glue is the answer. Good. That's reasoning, Pat. Must have been fun in Italy that day. Where to, Pat?
L, please, Bill.
All right. Tema to block. What L sang When I Fall in Love, or is former NBC talk show host David? Pat.
Letterman.
Letterman is right. You beat the bell there, the buzzer there. Okay. Just in time. Well, there's the situation.
D, please, Bill.
Okay. And Tema, that also could come in very handy for you if you get it. D question, possible game and an additional $500 for the family pair. Question, what D precedes Reagan, Uncle, and Treat? Pat for the game.
Dutch.
Dutch is the right answer. You did it. $500. Family pair did it again and picked up another $500, but family gave it a darn good try. Dutch, we know, was Reagan's early nickname, and of course, Dutch Uncle and Dutch Treat. So it's $500 additional, and we'll be back with game 2 of this match in a moment. But right now, we're going to pause, and we hope you'll watch this. That would be nice of you. Okay. So, Tema, I mean this when I say you play the game very well, and you do well. I say you have a chance against this super team we have here. So be of stout heart and keep forging ahead. Game 1 goes to the family pair, and there's game 2. Family pair wins it. It's match and a chance for them for $5,000. Tema wants to win it and tie the match up. Answer starts with P to this first one. Everybody get ready. What P was a favorite mount of Indians because its broken coat patterns made good camouflage? Yes, Liz?
Pinto?
Camouflage. Pinto is the right answer.
I was thinking Pinto. too.
I didn't know that. I figured the Indians took what they could get for running around the plains there, but that's it. Where are you going, Liz?
R, please.
Letter R. Tema wants to block. Here it comes. What R is a variety of grape used to make wine? Oh, yes, Tema.
Rhine.
No, I'll repeat it now for either the family pair. What R is a variety of grape used to make wine, or the man who became famous telling people to believe it or not? Yes, Liz?
Ripley.
Ripley is the right answer. Robert L. Ripley, as I seem to recall. That's one of those questions where you need both parts.
For sure.
They change, though, Tema, so don't stop taking chances. Where are you going, Liz?
V, please.
Okay, letter B.
V.
Oh, B.
Sorry.
B sounds like B to me. Me sounds like B and B. Here comes the V question. Answer begins with a V. What V is the American jet fighter named after a person who takes justice into his own... Liz.
Vigilante.
Vigilante is the answer. Takes justice into his own hands. Well, now, that takes care of the V picture. Where are you going, Liz?
B for Brian, please.
Okay, that's good. Give me those things, and I know B for Brian. That's a big help. Okay, answer starts with B. Hang in there now. What B is where President McKinley was assassinated in 1901 and is an industrial city? Pat.
Brooklyn?
No. No. Shot for you, Tema. What B is where President McKinley was assassinated in 1901 and is an industrial city on the Niagara River?
Buffalo?
Buffalo is the right answer, Tema. You're on the board.
The letter F, please.
Okay, the letter F for Tema, trying to quickly make a top-to-bottom connection. Here comes the question. What F is the location of the Everglades? Pat.
Florida.
Florida's the right answer, and the family pair is back in control. You can still make a jog there, Tema. Where to, Pat?
K, please, Bill.
Letter K. Okay. K question coming. What K did the good witch Glinda help? Liz.
Kansas.
Okay, we'll accept it. Dorothy returned to Kansas is the answer, and you came up with it. Good witch Glinda helped Dorothy return to Kansas, and it's your choice now, Liz.
L, please.
Okay, the letter L. See what happens if they get the L. It's game and match. So, Tema, try and pick this one up.
Okay.
Here comes the question. The answer begins with the L. It's possible game and match for the family pair. What L is the artificial smell that General Motors sprays into some of its luxury cars because the natural smell of the upholstery is lost during treatment? Game and match, Liz.
Leather.
Leather's the answer, Liz. You've won it all. Congratulations. I didn't know that. Congratulations, Liz. I never knew that. I always thought that was a real smell. But anyway, leather's the answer. Family pair wins again. And Tema, our thanks to you. We have a nice consolation prize. Okay, who's going to... Liz and Pat, which of you two is going to come over here? Come on over, Liz. Going to give you a shot at the Gold Rush and another $5,000. Here you go, Liz. Right in there and make yourself thoroughly and completely at home. You know how it works. Make the connection left to right. Okay? So put 60 seconds up on the clock. And you have that 60 seconds, Liz, in which to make your way across the board and connect the two. You know how it works. Y'all ready to go?
Sure am.
All right, you take a deep breath now, and the clock will begin to count down when you tell me where you want to start. I hope you do it.
LTT.
Sang for his supper.
Little Tommy Tucker.
Right.
NC.
Where you find Kitty Hawk.
North Carolina.
Right.
KJ.
Brother of Richard the Lionhearted.
King John.
Right.
IC.
Formerly part of French West Africa.
Ivory Coast.
Right.
CH.
His autobiography is Be My Guest.
Pass.
All right.
UIS.
Cheech and Chong movie.
Up in Smoke.
That's it. You did it. Oh, boy. Congratulations again. I don't blame you for it. I'll tell you about that one you missed. Did you know that one, Pat? Well, $36,000. The total winnings, $36,000. I said earlier that what Liz doesn't know, Pat does as a rule, and what Pat doesn't know, Liz does as a rule. His autobiography is Be My Guest. That's the only one Liz missed, Pat. What do you think it is?
Conrad Hilton.
Conrad Hilton is the correct answer. So,
I didn't know Up in Smoke.
oh, you didn't know Up in Smoke, so it worked out very well. You two have $36,000, and you're still in there pitching. Go on back and get comfortable. We'll be back there in a moment, but right now we're going to pause. We thought you might want to watch this. Very nice. Well, Pat and Liz McCarthy are really cutting a swath through our puzzling path here and doing a darn good job at it. You have $36,000, and you'll be back again next time. We hope you'll be back. Why don't you join us? Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. I'm Block.
7 by contestants will receive Hush Puppies gloves for working casual wear. Active men and women choose Hush Puppies, their hands' best friends. And Easy Caulker Aerosol Foam Caulk. No gun, no mess. Outlast 4 cartridges. Caulk it easy with Easy Caulker. And Niagara's America's #1 spray starch helps prevent the deep penetration of soil and stain. And Dimplex oil-filled electric radiator. Portable, energy-saving, thermostatically controlled for economical operation. Maintains heat long after the switch is off. Dimplex. And enjoy Linder's frozen bagels, a great taste treat. They're pre-sliced with no preservatives, frozen for freshness to enjoy anytime from Linder's. And Tinkerbell, grooming aids for young girls, gift sets of brushes, combs, colognes, powder mints, bubble bath, and lip pomades, and more. Tinkerbell. And a representative of our studio audience will receive American Tourister's cross-country collection. Men's and ladies' carry-on totes. Sleek design, elegant form, smart-looking, lightweight luggage helps make travel an effortless experience. Furnished by American Tourister. This is Bob Hilton speaking for Blockbusters, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, a jolly gent whose humor never fails. His showbiz name is Soupy Sale.
Thank you, Johnny Olson. It's a pleasure to welcome back this beautiful day. Not only a fine actress, but a best-selling authoress of a book called Starting From Scratch, which is about interior decorating, Joanna Barnes.
And on my left, to keep things on the panel rolling merrily along, Mr. Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, dear girl. And now, oh, now here's the mystery lady. She's dressed in black. Arlene Francis.
Well, in honor of Earth Day, we have with us the salt of the earth and a peppery fellow, Wally Bruner.
Thank you, Arlene. I feel about as tired as old Mother Earth. And about as old sometimes. But it's nice to have a big wheel on the panel this week, Gene.
What's that?
I say it's nice to have a big wheel on the panel this week.
Thank you.
You actually ride that thing all around Manhattan?
Yeah, ride it around town, go to work, wherever I'm working, and it works out very well.
Well, as you can see, we're rolling right along to get things started off. So are you all set?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's meet our first challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Gary? Thompson. Gary, where are you from?
Chicago, Illinois.
All right, panel, Gary Thompson deals with a product. Now, the product is actually worth less than $100, but people sometimes spend much, much more to get it. But now let's show the audience just what this product is. It's worth a little less than $100, and people sometimes spend more than that to get it. We'll begin the questioning with Arlene.
With me, did you
Yes,
say?
ma'am.
Oh, excuse me. I was thinking about what I'd pay more than $100 for. Is this something that one might get as a reward?
Yes.
Is it something that might be in the form of either a medal or a statuette?
Yes.
Well, the only thing I can think of is something that you might have as a perhaps an Oscar or a Tony or...
That's it.
Yes.
Worth less than $100? Very good. You know, Gary, well, first let me say this. Mr. Thompson is the Executive Vice President of Dodge Trophies, who make the Oscars. But for our audience, this was a classic case of how Arlene got this, and I think I know, but I want you to tell them.
No, the only way I know about, or what I think of it, is that an Oscar doesn't cost so much to make, but an actress or an actor or a performer has to spend many years and spend a great deal of money in accomplishing the height of his talents in order to win one. Is that what you meant by that?
Well, and I think also the fact that you yourself would pay more than $100 for one.
Only if I earned it.
No, but I mean, I think, didn't you eliminate
Yes.
many things in your mind, as you said when you first began?
Yes.
I was trying to think of what I would pay more than $100 for. Yes, Joanna?
Well, as a member of the Academy, I don't think too many people know it, but if an actor or an actress who has won an Oscar falls upon hard times, they can sort of redeem it at the Academy for an amount of money. The Academy doesn't want them hawking them in hawk shops or something, so they'll help you out.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know
I
this.
think you should have Mr. Thompson explain how the trophy got the name of Oscar.
All right. Mr. Thompson?
This was originated by a relative of a woman who now works for the Academy, and they were just thinking of some kind of a name for it, and this man happened to mention it looks like my Uncle Oscar, and that's how the name came about.
I was under the impression that it was Betty Davis who had named it.
I don't know.
Well, how long have you been making Oscars?
Since 1929.
Since the very
and
first
that's the
one.
inception of it, correct.
Well, has it changed or remained pretty much the same?
No, the design has remained the same.
I think it's interesting. You know how the original design came about?
It was designed on a tablecloth in 1929, and the tablecloth was taken from the restaurant and given to a sculptor, and he's the one who did the sculpturing on it.
And
right off the tablecloth.
Who was the first winner of the Oscar?
Well, the first female winner of the Oscar was Janet Gaynor. And she won for 3 movies, which the awards were given a little bit differently at that time. Seventh Heaven was one of them, and 2 other movies that were also produced within the same year, which I do not recall. Do you recall, Gary? But she was the first female. I think there were 15 awards given the first year. Yes, Gene?
I believe it was Conrad Nagel whose idea it was originally to start the whole thing.
That's right. Conrad Nagel was one of the founders of the Academy, along with about 10 other gentlemen of the film industry, but perhaps he conceived the idea.
No, it was he and one other. He and one other.
But, you know, very few of us have an opportunity to... Oh, but I want to ask one other thing first. You've made a mistake, I know, on one occasion, on
Just
the Oscars.
one, and I
Would you
wish
tell
you
the
wouldn't have
panel
said
about it?
that.
I think they'll enjoy it.
Spencer Tracy's was engraved Dick Tracy.
But since so few of us ever have an opportunity to see an Oscar close up, we have one here which we're going to take a look at. And, you know, they're really quite heavy. They weigh about 10 pounds.
What are they made of?
And here is the Oscar.
It's a special metal which is very heavily plated. It's Britannia metal.
And it is gold-plated, then, of course.
Yes, it is. Very
But, you know,
gold-plated.
for those of us who have never really been that close up to one, and perhaps you can see with a close-up on the camera, that the statue is actually standing on a reel of film. And then, of course, it is a stalwart type of person, and he's holding a sword. He's holding the hilt of the sword with his hands, and the point of the sword rests between his toes. And this is supposed to be the Crusader's sword. And the Oscar supposedly represents a crusading film industry that can bring about technological and educational developments through the use of motion pictures. So that's how it was originally conceived, and it is beautiful. Why don't you take this with you, Gary? And I don't think I've earned one yet. I'm sure the panel would like to get a closer-up view of it, and we enjoyed having you on What's My Line.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll be back to meet another challenger as What's My Line continues.
All What's My Line contestants receive Farrah worsted slacks, known throughout the country as America's most distinctive new worsteds, finely tailored and imaginatively styled in the season's best colors and patterns. And lovely dream-spun thermal blankets in 4 different solid colors, all in 100% cotton, the fiber you can trust, from the Cotton Producers Institute. And this beautiful ring in 14-karat gold set with an azalea pink Lindy Star sapphire weighing over 3 carats, one of 6 glowing fashion colors available in Lindy Stars. Wally?
Thank you, Johnny Olson. And in case some of you are wondering why the Oscar that we had did not gleam quite like the ones perhaps you have seen on television before, it's because we were a little sneaky and sprayed it with some kind of gook so it doesn't shine, but so you can at least see it better. But now, are you all set for our next challenger?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, panel, our next guest is a young lady by the name of Linda Jessett. Now, Linda works for an agency called Flight 485. Because all of the girls who work out of that agency are ex-airline stewardesses or hostesses. Now, recently, Linda was called upon to spend a week doing something truly unusual. Now, she is demonstrating that particular occupation right now here on the stage behind the curtains. And before we show you Linda engaged in her occupation, please put on your blindfolds.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Blindfolds in place.
Wait. Okay.
All right, now let's meet Linda and show our audience just what her line is. Hi, Linda. Are you comfortable?
Yes, I'm comfortable.
Okay, now I'll remind you again, panel, that this is something that Linda was called to do for 1 week as part of her job of working for Flight 485. So with that information, let's begin the questioning with Soupy Sales.
Thank you. Is it Linda? Is that who it is?
It is Linda.
Linda, is what you what you did for this week, is it in connection with something that would have to do with an airline?
No.
That's 1 down. Joanna Barnes.
Are you wearing... no, wait a minute. May I assume that you are not wearing ordinary street clothes?
Yes.
Are you, in fact, wearing less than street clothes?
Yes, I am.
Let's hear it for Linda.
Spent a week stark naked in Macy's window. Are you perhaps not dry?
Yes.
Are you, in fact, underwater?
Partly.
Well, she spent a week in the water. Now, what am I supposed to find out? Like, if she was in a bathtub or if she
Well, why don't you find out what she was doing there?
getting paid for it?
Right, but there's another small part.
Well, you're partly in the water. May I assume that the part is below the waist?
No.
You're standing on your head in a mud puddle.
Well, yes, I would say the part below her waist is underwater.
She's not entirely underwater. I mean, I established that, right? She spent the week partly underwater. I'm supposed to find out which part?
No, you're supposed to find out what she was doing there. Why she was in the water to start with.
Well, because somebody hired her to do it. Testing, were you testing something?
Yes, I was testing something.
Were you testing some kind of sporting equipment?
In a sense, it's sporting, yes.
It has to do with some type of sport. I don't know if it's directly connected, but it has to do with it.
In a miniature submarine or something? No, that wasn't
That's
a
a
question.
no. Gene Rayburn.
Do you mind if I get in with you? Listen, this thing you were
your bathing
testing.
suit
Why, I
on.
beg your pardon?
Put your bathing suit on.
All right. Are you wearing a bathing suit?
Yes.
Is the thing you are testing something... Are you wearing what you are testing? Or is
Yes.
Is it something other than a bathing suit?
Yes.
And is it applied to some part of your body?
Yes.
Applied, you mean like a cream or lotion, Gene?
Yeah, or makeup or something like that.
No.
That's 3 down. Arlene.
Is it something to do with scuba diving or some sort of water sport?
No.
Now, panel, I'm afraid our time is up. May I suggest to you, please, that you take off your blindfolds and meet Linda and take a look for yourself, because she is demonstrating the Mighty Mac Life Preserver jacket. Is it really nice in there, Linda?
Oh, just like the bathtub. It's very good.
Now, where did you spend a week in the swimming pool?
At Abercrombie's and Fitch on the
You're
main
floating,
floor.
you keep floating away from me. At Abercrombie's and Fitch.
Yes.
And you spent all day long?
In a 1,000-gallon tank, fish tank.
And it did.
All wrinkled out?
Yeah, didn't you get all shriveled up?
Well, at night my mother would iron me out.
Oh, pretty
Somebody
good.
does a joke.
Well, why don't we see panel, why don't you go back and sit down, Linda? Let's see what you look like on dry land, okay? May I help you out with that? Now, this is simply just a jacket, and I understand there are air pockets in the jacket that keep it afloat, right? Johnny, you get all the nice jobs. Yes. It's a Mighty Mac, and as you can see, just throw it in and it floats, and it'd be a great thing for kids out on boats and other people, wouldn't it, as a life preserver, and also offer protection from the weather.
Yes,
So it's a dual-purpose thing, and very safe. Well, Linda, congratulations to you. You survived it.
Thank
Any
you.
idea what Flight 485 has in store for you
I
next?
don't have any idea, but I hope it's something like this.
Something as interesting and
Yes.
as much fun. Well, thank you. You stumped the panel, and we enjoyed having you on What's My
I
Line.
enjoyed being here.
Thank you.
you very much.
Did you say hello to me? What's My Line will continue right after this word. We've reached the fun time again on What's My Line. That's when we meet our mystery guest panel of the blindfolds in place.
Yes, sir, Wally.
All right, mystery challenger, would you enter and sign in, please? And panel, as I'm sure you know, it will be one question at a time. You have 3 minutes, and we'll begin the questioning with Joanna Barnes.
Are you to be found in the newspaper pages containing the news of show business?
Occasionally.
Gene Rayburn.
And when we read that news, would we read the ABCs, that is, the legitimate theater directory?
No, not at the moment.
Arlene?
Well, perhaps would we see your name in advertising a motion picture?
That will come very soon.
Let me say that you might well at various times find this particular name in either one of the columns, advertising theater or motion pictures, but what I think our guest was saying at this particular time, you will not. Soupy.
Have you ever had your own series on television?
No, I've resisted that strenuously.
Joanna?
Are you a fella?
Oh, some question, but I vote yes.
Definitely yes. Gene?
She's a man.
It's a guy. Well, now, sir.
Yes.
What are you doing after the show?
You pay.
Okay. It's a date. That's all. No, are you a leading man type?
I'm more in character now, but I've led.
Arlene?
I think I hear the sound of a voice that I know very well.
I'm glad you, dear.
We know each other, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you do a picture recently with a man I'm closely associated with?
How do you spell it?
Did you do a picture? Have you just returned from Hong Kong?
Yes.
It's Burgess Meredith.
It is.
Can't keep it away.
What were you doing in Hong Kong, Bruce?
I was arranging a picture that I wrote and I directed, and I had a very rich part for myself in it. With James Mason and a lot of people, and we were there for 4 months and loved it. Before that, I was with Marty Gable and Henry Fonda and Kirk Douglas in The Desert, which Martin and I disliked very much.
But he liked you very much, and that made up for it all.
Yes, we had great times.
There was a crooked man.
There was a crooked man. That ought to be out pretty soon. What time is it? You know?
Burgess, are you still riding?
Riding, yes. Riding horses, yes.
Yeah,
I just
he's fantastic horseman.
just got a ribbon yesterday, which you'll be glad to hear. It was only a white one, but it was pretty good at Holiday Farms.
I've known Burgess for a while, and it really, I didn't know how, he is a great horseman. And we're in a sauna bath one time, and he's fantastic. You talk about somebody being black and blue from falling off of jumping horses. It was just fantastic. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I like to fall, evidently.
You like it, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to.
Would you tell me now that you're planning on another trip to Hong Kong? Is this to finish up the?
No, I have to go out to the coast now.
Oh, you're going to finish it here.
Yes, I must say, I loved Hong Kong. It was great.
Well, was this a setting of Hong Kong as a background or something?
Yes, I wrote this story called The Yin and the Yang of Mr. Go, and James Mason played this Eurasian, and we enjoyed every minute of it with Jack McGowan and a lot of people.
Is that a Hong Kong tie?
That was, by the way, glad you asked, Don Kingman was my art director over there and translator and so forth, and he conceived this tie for me, and I thought I'd astonish you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really
It's beautiful and it's brilliant. And Burgess,
right to Don.
We're delighted you went to Hong Kong to make a movie, but we're also very pleased that you're back with us again.
I'm glad.
We'll look forward to seeing the yin and the yang, as well as There Was a Crooked Man.
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much.
Burgess Meredith. Now, panel, the audience would like some honest answers to their questions. From Diane Cook of New York City to Soupy Sales. I can't stand men who wear nail polish. Do you wear it?
No, I have my nails manicured, but I just have them buffed, and I don't like polish either.
All right, from Mrs. Hennessy of Valley Stream, New York to Joanna Barnes. My husband is 43 and can retire soon. I think this is a mistake since he's quite fit. How do you feel about it?
Well, it depends what he's going to do when he retires. He may have a lot of time to fool around home. It might be kind of a second honeymoon. If it isn't, I'd be glad to take him to lunch or something.
And from Judy Kaplan of Boston to Arlene, do you think a college education is a must for a young girl of today?
I do indeed think it's a must for a young girl or a young boy of today, if they have the adaptability for it. Otherwise, learn a trade.
Thank you, panel, for your honest answers. You know, Gene, I'm curious. You rode your bike in today. Have you ever received a ticket in Manhattan for riding your bike?
Never. No, I'm a very law-abiding citizen.
How can you be and ride on the streets of New York City?
He doesn't.
It
He
ain't
rides
easy.
it on
No,
a
I
bus. And it's very crowded in the aisles.
But you even take it up elevators, I understand.
Oh, I go everywhere. Offices, everywhere I have to go. My bike goes because I love my bike.
We'll be back again with Gene Rayburn and his bike, and I hope you can join us, too, for What's My Line?
This is Johnny Olson speaking for What's My Line, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
From Carter Country, Richard Paul. Brett Summers. Charles Nelson Riley. Barbara Rhodes. Richard Dawson. And Fannie Flagg. As we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 78. And now, here's the star of Match Game 78, Gene Rayburn.
Stage line, everybody ready? Are we all quite prepared?
Is that a new jacket?
Yes, I haven't worn this one before.
Johnny, you are smashing.
And to think we lost India.
Yes, absolutely.
Remember that one?
Right.
No, you don't remember. And then I'll play the fiddle or the whatever. Let's say hello to Miriam Schuback and Gary Knight. Applause, applause, applause. Miriam Schuback is a current champion. She's won one game, has $100. Didn't do too well with the audience match. But occasionally that happens. Now she's being challenged by Gary. He's had his first round question matched two of our celebrities. She's had hers, she matched none. Are you both ready to carry on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go to round two, the final round, right after this. Here we go. Second and final round. Gary Knight, you may have A or B.
I'll try A this time.
A, all right. Let's see, who plays? Brett and Charles, you lay out.
Yo.
Harry said, where I grew up, even the tooth fairy was poor. Instead of leaving me money, she left a blank under my pillow.
No, I hate those sad questions. They always make me cry.
Yes.
Well, as you're not playing, you sniffle up.
All right. Yes. Splendid.
Orange on today.
Yes. Oh, that's right. We're twinsies. You have an orange shirt and I have an orange shirt. That's right. We're all in total harmony. Hello, Gary Knight. Harry said, where I grew up, even the tooth fairy was poor. Instead of leaving me money, she left a blank under my pillow.
An IOU.
IOU.
I'll be gone.
He pleased the audience with that one, Richard.
Well, I'm not going to please him too much because my tooth fairy didn't know how to write. So he left a slug.
A slug. A fake coin, eh?
Yes.
I see. Okay, Gary. Nothing there. Barbara, you got something for Gary, yes?
Yes. I forgot. Yes.
Yes.
IOU.
IOU. Okay, Gary, you pick up one. Yes, don't we all? What do you got there, Richard? IOU. That's 4 for him.
Before Fanny gives her answer, could I do my imitation of her? May I do an imitation? She looks up at me. I have a friend who says you never see her full face anyway. She looks at me and she goes, like... Now show your answer.
Come on, you've got to show your answer.
Well, I got confused, but it was about a tooth. I said she left a cavity.
Cavity. Cavity. That's a vacant space.
Do you got anything for a cap?
Miriam, are you ready? 4 to tie, 5 to win. At the restaurant, Harvey said, that waiter is strange. I ordered a meatball and he blanked it to me. That waiter is strange. I ordered a meatball and he blanked it to me. All right, everybody's busy. Miriam, we come to you. At the restaurant, Harvey said, that waiter is strange. I ordered a meatball and he blanked it to me.
Pitched it to me.
Pitched it to me. Pitch it to me.
True.
That's a little underhand toss like that. Pitch and putt. What do you say, Richard?
Well, it was an old baseball player's restaurant, and he tossed it to him.
He tossed. Tossed
Same
and
thing,
pitched is the
good.
same thing. What do you do with meatballs, Brett? Come on, stop going on the little game here. Pay attention to what's going on.
No. What it was Will Chamberlain. Bounced it to him.
He bounced it to him. Yes, Charles?
I don't like the outfit.
Roll. He rolled. Rolled is an excellent answer. See, a spherical object, like a bowling ball, a meatball, rolling would be good. Pitching and tossing was also good. Now, you must match the 3 remaining ones to achieve a tie and stay in the game. She's looking for the answer, pitched or tossed. What have you got for her?
I'm not going to mess up at this point. Pitched.
Okay, score is now 4-2. Richard?
Rolled.
Roll. So that means Gary Knight wins the game. What'd you have, Manny? Threw it all. Okay, to that little spot there on the blue dot. Wait a minute. Miriam, where are you going? You didn't even say goodbye. No, you didn't say goodbye to me. We're going to send you the $100 you won, and thank you very much for being... Now, you better sit down because the thing is going to go around. And when I push this button, it all goes around. Boing. There it goes. You say goodbye, Miriam. Okay. Gary Knight is up here. He's got his $100. He's going to have a go at the real big money now. Let's go, Gary. We polled the studio audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. The blank system. Okay. Now, if you match the answer they wrote down most frequently, you get $500. For matching their second most popular answer, you get $250. And then for matching the third most popular answer, you get $100. 3 of our 6 celebrities will give you a hand.
I'll take Brett because she matched me the first time.
Oh, isn't he
Oh,
good?
isn't it
sweet?
Okay.
I hate him so much.
No, they're really friends.
I have the star system.
The star system.
Charles matched me. I'll pick him too.
Stunk. The decimal system.
The decimal system.
That stunk too.
The Dewey Decimal System is well known throughout the world. I don't know if our audience knew about it.
I'll take Richard.
Penal. The penal system.
Right.
The audience has groaned on all 3 answers now. Now, you think about it. One of those, or give us one of your own if you'd like. It's entirely up to you, Gary. Penal system, decimal system, or star system. What is your pleasure?
Well, the first thing came to mind was Bell system.
The Bell system.
Maybe you're right.
The Bell system. Brett, you thought of that and didn't say it?
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
I
Bell
always go
system
for
is
the
what we're looking
lousy
for.
answer.
He's on his own. Let's look at the $100 response. The judicial system. That doesn't make any sense to me, but we had a bunch of weirdos here that day. Ex-cons. Oh. All right, may we see the $250 number? The metric system.
It'll be there.
I mean, we're not going anywhere, are we? Yes. Well, good luck to you, Gary Knight. He is looking for the Bell system. Let's see if it's up there. Go! Oh! Good suggestion. Congratulations. He did it on his own. Very good. Now you're going to play for the $5,000. You have to choose one celebrity and match that person exactly. What is your choice?
I'm not going to buck a trend. I'm going to take Richard.
Okay, Richard. All right,
Penal.
Penal, right. Stand on that little blue dot there, would you? And face me if you would. I'm over here. That's right. Thank you very much. Good luck to you, Gary Knight. You got $5,000 riding here. You ready, Richard?
Ready.
Here it is. Star of blank. Star of blank. Okay. Here it is. $5,000. Good luck to you. Match Richard. We give you the money. Star of...
Bethlehem?
Star of Bethlehem.
No, I guess...
That's a long way from Christmas, but he might have thought of it. I don't know. I didn't see what he wrote.
Star of Bethlehem, Star of India, Star of David.
The Star of David. Yeah. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind, too. Okay, well, Gary, you've got a total of $600, and you're going to meet another player later after we do a little business with America. Okay, let's welcome a new player. Here is Gidget Tweedy. Applause, applause, applause. Hello, Gidget.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where are you from, Gidget?
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a cocktail waitress at one of the major hotels on the Strip.
Yeah.
But now I'm on a pregnancy leave of absence. I have a little boy, Angel, 5 months, and a son, Lacey, 6 years old, and a wonderful husband. I'm very glad to be here, and I am very nervous.
Now, wait a minute. You are not nervous?
Oh, I
Your
am shaking.
Hands are a little cold. I feel no pulse
Warm
whatsoever.
Right. And I have
Tell her
this
she's
for
not
good luck,
nervous,
my
Gary.
rattler.
What is that?
My rattler, my baby's rattler.
That's your child's toy?
Yes, it's
Little
good
good
luck.
luck talisman?
Yes.
Well, I hope it brings you good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you as we begin here with round one. Gidget, you may have A or B.
Okay, B for baby.
B for baby. Sorry, we can't supply that. Well, I don't know. We might make an exception.
Yeah.
wouldn't we? The director of the medical foundation said, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is Dean Martin is making a donation to the foundation. The bad news is he's donating his blank. The director of the medical foundation. Good news, bad news. Dean Martin making a donation to the foundation. Bad news is he's donating his blank. All right.
I still like your outfit.
I love this outfit. I don't care what Charles says. Gidget, don't say it yet because Charles is not quite finished writing. Now he is. The director of the medical foundation said, I got good news and bad news. The good news is Dean Martin is making a donation to the foundation. The bad news is he's donating his blank.
His alcohol?
His alcohol?
Well, he drinks a lot. You know.
Yes,
Well, I don't know that.
He
for a
does
fact.
drink a lot, but I think you just missed the point. You were close.
Oh.
It has something to do with alcohol. But you see, the medical foundation, he's making a donation. Well, you'll get it here. Richard?
Gidget, how far can you throw that rattle? I said he was donating his liver.
See, the alcohol eventually. Okay. Show us your liver.
Well, if
Well,
you're
it's
really
right there.
interested. Oh, you saw it last night. You don't want to look at that. Liver.
All right. Charles?
Liver.
Yeah. Terrific. Okay, Barbara. He's make a donation to the foundation. The bad news is he's donating his liver. And
Liver
and onions. And Fanny has kidneys. Kidneys. They would probably be in bad shape, too. All right, Gary. This is yours. Did you hear about the mad scientist who crossed R2-D2 with a pirate?
No.
I will tell you what happened. I know you're fascinated with this. Now he's got the only robot in the world with a blank.
What is R2-D2 and all
Didn't you
that?
see Star Wars?
No. You know, I don't go to the movies.
D2 was one of the things in Star Wars, one of the robots in Star Wars.
Somebody always tries to buy me a Hershey bar when I go to the movies. I finally gave it up.
He crossed R2-D2 with a pirate. Now he's got the only robot in the world with a blank. Now, it's very simple. Do it or I'll break your other arm.
Look how she's looking at everybody, that sick woman. Look at her. Pathetic.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, sure you
Fine.
did. You read his and mine. That's why you got it.
Okay.
Look at that.
Here we go, Gary Knight. The mad scientist crossed R2-D2 with a pirate. Now he's got the only robot in the world with a...
Eye patch?
Eye patch? Come on, man. Pirates wear eye patches, don't they?
Actually, he ended up with the only pirate in the world that went. No, he ended up with the only robot in the world with a peg leg.
There's the answer. Right? Right.
And an eye patch.
Right.
And a parrot on his shoulder.
Anything with a...
Don't pirates sail of the seven seas?
Yes.
He ended up with the only pirate with a boat.
There goes her other
Oh,
wrist.
the other wrist.
Charles?
That's a good answer, but I didn't want to be that negative. I'm more positive. Eye patch is a negative kind of answer. Golden earring. more positive.
Oh, yes, of course. On his left or right ear?
Let me. I can. There, I had it. There.
Yes, sure. Okay. Hello, Barbara. Aren't you glad you came?
I love Charles.
Now he's got the only robot in the world with a
Old wooden leg.
wooden leg. That seems to be the definitive answer.
Simulario.
Wooden leg, there. What do you got there, Fanny?
Ha-ha.
Ha-ha!
Patch over his eye.
Oh! There it is. 1-0 to score. Now we got a message or two for America. Very nice. Anything you say, John? We go to round two. This is the final round. Gidget, A or B?
Okay, I'll take A.
A. All right. Phil said, I sent away for a do-it-yourself waterbed kit. I got gypped. All they sent me was 800 gallons of water and a blank. That's all. 800 gallons of water and a blank. I sent away for a do-it-yourself waterbed
A
kit.
waterbed kit.
Do-it-yourself waterbed kit. I got gypped. All they sent me was 800 gallons of water and a blank. That's an easy one, right?
I'm proud of you.
Let me just take a peek here, see how easy. Perfect.
You look at mine?
No, I didn't.
No, I said, will you?
Yeah. Perfect.
You look at her?
Yeah, I'll look at her. Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh,
Gene, I can always count on you.
the answer is not bad either. They're ready. Are you ready, Gidget, Tweety?
No.
Phil said I sent away for a do-it-yourself waterbed kit. I got gypped. All they sent me was 800 gallons of water and a blank.
Bag?
A bag. You know what a waterbed is?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good answer.
A bag?
Why not?
No.
I sleep on a waterbed.
You
My
do?
wife and I and our toy fox terrier. Every time I turn over, the toy fox terrier goes about 3 feet in the air. So I'd send a bunch of water in a balloon.
Balloon. 800 gallons in a balloon, certainly.
I like bag, but I thought balloon.
Balloon, yes. Something that holds
You
water.
could get 800 gallons in a balloon.
Well-
If you could, you might as well get a Zeppelin. The Goodyear Zeppelin would be cheaper. Army cot.
Terrible. That's worse.
No, it's a water bed. You get the water, you get the cheap bed. Jip bed. Army cot, cheap bed, water.
I see.
You people got rubber on your mind.
All we're thinking of is a container for 800 gallons of water, right? What
Made sense what he said, you know, the way he said it.
Yes,
But I said balloon.
you did. Balloon seems to be the answer. Balloon. Now, you must match Fanny to stay in the game, and she has balloons, so that means Gary Knight wins the game. Okay, Gary, come on down. Now, Gidget, we thank you very much for being with us here. We're going to send some gifts your way from Match Game 78.
Thank you.
Gidget,
Nice
Tweety,
meeting
ladies and gentlemen, and there she goes. Now, you're going to have another go at it. Are you ready for it? There it is. We polled the studio audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. Whiskey blank. Remember, $500 for matching the most popular, $250 and $100. And now let's see who
Brett is
will.
writing.
Everybody, yeah. Okay. Brett?
Whiskey sour.
Charles?
Where all us kids go, the whiskey.
Yes.
Where all us kids go after school. Oh, shut up. Whiskey a go-go.
Fanny?
Annie?
It stinks, right?
I haven't even said anything yet. All right, listen, there's 2 ways to go on this thing.
Today.
No, seriously. All right, whiskey and soda.
Whiskey and soda, whiskey a go-go, and
All
whiskey
right.
and sour are
Yeah.
the 3 choices. You can give us one of
It's gonna go
your
whiskey
own,
gold.
as you did last time, or choose one of those.
I think Brett's right. I think whiskey sour.
Whiskey sour? May we see the $100 response, please? Whiskey bottle is there. Whiskey sour, is it under the $250 number? Whiskey a go-go. Last chance for whiskey sour. Go! Yes! Congratulations, you got it. And while he's celebrating, we'll do a little message for America. What did that fella say? Say that again real loud.
Your name backwards is Narubyar.
My name backwards is Narubyar. You learn something every day, don't you? Well, listen, next time we get together, these are the bodies you will see on this stage.
Dick Martin, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Riley, Vicki Lawrence, Richard Dawson, and Betty White.
You were wonderful. Thank you all. Gene Rayburn here. Join us next time, Match Game 78.
Every night, it's a numbers game.
Time to switch.
First on Switch, it's all about getting to number 1.
I don't mind starting here and then moving on up.
Then on Split Second, get first crack at a 3-part question.
Milli Vanilli.
Yes. 2 shows, 1 hour. It all adds up to fun every night starting at 7. Only on Game Show Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Thanks, Bill Wendell. Please. That was nice, but don't spoil me. To my left here, I have a collection of pictures titled The 12 Most Wanted Works of Art. Now, they're not the most wanted because of their value, although their value is immense. They're the most wanted because every one of these pictures is missing. Here, for instance, is a picture by the artist Franz Hals, Portrait of a Young Woman. It was stolen in 1972. Our first guest is a gentleman who is concerned with affairs such as these and many more things that I can possibly tell you about at this moment. We'll find out more about this business of art theft after we meet our panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Gene Rayburn, Kitty Carlisle, Bill Cullen, and Peggy Cass.
Well, now, we are loaded for bear. To my right, may I say, sits the, collectively speaking, the very best panel in all of television. Sometimes in spite of themselves, but they are the best. Carlisle, Cass, Cullen, and Rayburn. Best combination since Dr. Denton. Let us go to work, panel. What do you say?
All right,
let's
get
call
out of
this
here.
work. All right, let us meet a gentleman who can tell us about these art forgeries, not these missing arts, and other things.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Edward L. Morgan.
Number two.
My name is Edward L. Morgan.
Number three.
My name's Edward L. Morgan.
Edward L. Morgan is what all three of them say. Two of them are not telling you the truth. Let's hear the story. It says here, I, Edward L. Morgan, am an Assistant Secretary of the Treasury and the United States Representative to Interpol. Interpol is an international police liaison organization with 114 member nations. Since much international crime these days deals with narcotics, counterfeiting, and smuggling, it follows that I, as the number one T-man in the Treasury Department, am the U.S. representative to Interpol. The other big news in international crime is art theft. The problem is so great that Interpol has made up a poster of the 12 most wanted works of art. Earlier, you saw the picture of the missing Franz Hals portrait. Here now is the portrait of Sir Robert Fletcher, painted by Gainsborough and stolen from the Montreal Museum of Fine Art. This portrait of St. Cecilia by Peter Paul Rubens used to be at Dusseldorf's Fine Arts Museum. Today, its whereabouts is unknown. The Archaeological Museum of Nalanda in India once housed this statue of Buddha. It was stolen more than 10 years ago. So, if anyone watching To Tell the Truth has seen any of these works of art, please let me know. Signed, Edward L. Morgan. So while you look on your wall to see if you happen to have a Rubens hanging around loose or whatever, we'll consult our sponsors and be right back. Now, the thing about it is we have across the way here three distinguished gentlemen, all claiming to be Edward L. Morgan, the U.S. representative to Interpol. Let's start the questioning, please, with Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you. Number two, how long has Interpol been in existence?
This will be its 50th anniversary this year.
Oh, I'm thrilled to meet somebody from Interpol. It's so romantic. Number three, how many organizations belong to, how many countries belong to Interpol?
114.
That many. How many countries are there in the whole world, number three?
In the whole world?
Yeah.
Oh, about 275.
Number one, what is the rate of private thieves and in relationship to gangs?
Well, the figures or statistics are not inclusive on this. We have an idea. It's probably part of a gang operation, but there seems to be an awful trend towards individuals.
Thank you. Number two, how often do people simply steal these things for their own use, for their own pleasure, and just look at them in a dark room and never sell them again, so you'll never see them again?
We're not really sure internationally. We think some of that goes on, a contract kind of operation.
Number one, what's the most...
Thank you, Kitty. We're going to Bill Cullen.
number 3, these people who want these works of art usually don't steal them themselves. Number 2 mentioned a contract operation. Do they have someone do the stealing for them?
They usually contract with either an individual or groups of individuals to have them stolen for them.
How big, number 2, how big was the statue of Buddha which is missing?
I'm really not sure.
You don't know the weight or anything?
No, I don't.
Like that. Number 2, is there such a thing as a fence? In other words, someone who disposes, a known fence or known fences, someone who disposes of the works of art? Number 1?
Yes, in any operation of this type, you have fences. It's a traditional procedure.
Is it, number 2, is it possible that some of these fences might be well-known and otherwise respected art dealers? Let me put it that way. Do you suspect that there might be some respectable art dealers involved in this?
Well, I suppose by definition they aren't respectable, but that may give the appearance of respect. Yes, that's possible that art dealers are behind it.
And Peggy Casper.
Thank you. Number 2, did Interpol work on the Etruscan vase that Mr. Holbing recently purchased for the Metropolitan Museum?
Somewhat in terms of communications only.
Thank you. Number 1, where's Interpol's headquarters?
Paris, France.
Thank you. And number 3, where's the Treasury Building in Washington?
Pennsylvania Avenue at 15th.
Thank you. Number 2, if these works of art are really very well known, they certainly cannot come on the market. So they must all be extremely private, sort of tunnel vision collectors that grab them off, right?
Well, that would certainly be true of the top 12 that are so well known.
Well, number 1, does Mexico belong to Interpol?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Well, a lot of Mayan things have been stolen. Does Interpol work on those?
Oh, yes. We
Have you
work on
recovered
everything's
any?
reported to our headquarter branch.
Well, what's your opinion of that vase at the Metropolitan, number 1? I mean, do you think it was pinched, or do you think it was legitimate?
I have no opinion at all. I am not an art expert.
Number 3,
And finally, we go down to Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Gary. Number 2, are you wearing a disguise?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Number 3.
You think he's 112-pound girl?
Oh, I see. Number 3, have you ever recovered any work of art?
Yes, several.
And how did you do it, number 3? Give me a quick example of how you
Well,
recovered.
since Interpol is a liaison organization between the member countries, information is passed on between the 114 member nations, and it's usually on tips and general ideas of where it might be.
Number 1, you offer a reward for tips and information?
No, we do not.
Why not, number 1?
Well, we can do it through police channels without the reward. Insurance companies, of course, are involved in that area of the recovery.
Number 2, do you think movies like Top Cat...
I am sorry. Obviously, they're loaded with questions, but no more time. Take your little crayons, friends, mark your ballots, if you will, and we'll try to decide whether we think it's number 1, or number 2, or number 3. Which are that we pay $50 to our team for each wrong vote. We pay them $500 if nobody comes up with the right gentleman. And Kitty, you commence.
I voted for number 1. Number 1 looks like a T-man to me. I wouldn't like to have him on my trail if I'd stolen something.
And Bill Cullen?
You know, all of these fellows sounded like assistant secretaries of the Treasury. They were all good. I like number 3 because he quickly said there were 275 countries. He could have made that up. And he said the address of the Treasury was 15 Pennsylvania. He could have made that up. I voted for him anyway. He makes things up good, number 3.
All righty, so we got him on both ends. And Peggy, how are you going to go?
Well, one talked right like a cop. He said, I have no opinion. Paris, France. He would have said it as alleged if I'd asked him 2 more questions. And I think he's a real cop. Number 1.
All right. And Gene Rayburn, how are you going to go? This is tough, I want to say.
I really wanted to vote for number 1 because, as Peggy says, he does talk like a cop. But when Bill said, "What is your name, please?" He says, "My name is." I just couldn't vote for him. I just couldn't.
Disguise.
So, he's the one in disguise. Anyway, therefore, I voted for number 2.
Oh, everybody's got a vote.
Haven't you had days when you can't remember your own name? I've had days like that.
Sure, Frank.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Louise. In any event, the votes are in, and will the real Edward L. Morgan please stand up?
Oh, for
and there he is. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Let's find out who your friends are. Number one, what is your real name, please?
My name is Dick McIntosh. I'm Regional Sales Manager for Travel H East and West.
You're very good. And number three, tell us about yourself.
Yes, my name is Richard Aziz. I'm a Vice President with Needham, Harper & Steers Advertising.
Secretary Morgan, you have so many things under your jurisdiction. Tell us what they are.
Well, I'm actually the Assistant Secretary for Law Enforcement, Tariff and Trade Affairs and Operations. Under law enforcement, that not only includes Interpol, but the United States Secret Service, United States Customs, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Division. We're also involved in foreign assets control. I also administer the tariff and trade laws for United States Treasury and administer the operations, which would include the Mint and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, approximately 30,000
Getting
employees.
a dinner?
Once a week.
All I can say to you is you got a good job. Don't louse it up. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Thank you all. Now let's say hello to our little old toy maker.
Number 1. What is your name, please?
My name is Stephen Caney.
Number 2.
My name is Stephen Caney.
Number 3.
My name is Stephen Caney.
And here are Stephen Caney's views on child amusement. He says here, I, Stephen Caney, believe that the best toys are the toys you make yourself. Everybody seems to agree that in this consumer-oriented culture, kids have too many toys. Expensive toys that break easily or don't work. Toys that do not challenge a child's natural creativity. My solution is this. Make your own toys. The simpler the better, from junk around the house or a few pennies worth of paste and paper. Each member of the To Tell the Truth panel has one of my homemade toys. Gene Rayburn, please, will thump away on a multi-toned drum box. It's made out of scrap wood. And he will be accompanied, hopefully, by Miss Kitty Carlisle. It's a beautiful ear. She's doodling a tune on that's a paper tube kazoo, and Bill Cullen is wearing a pair of sun goggles made from corrugated paper to shield his eyes from the studio lights. And oh, come on. Peggy Cass.
I can't
Peggy Cass is adorning her lovely face with an easy-made and easy-wear mustache. I have written a book giving simple, basic designs for 51 toys. The name of the book is, of all things, The Toy Book. Signed, Stephen Caney. Peggy, I like you better without the mustache.
So do I.
Why don't you start the questioning?
Okay, number 3, supposing a kid isn't very smart, or very, well, no, let's not say smart, let's say dexterous. For instance, I'm all thumbs. If you'd handed me that kazoo, I wouldn't have known what to do with it. What do you do about a kid who isn't manually dexterous and can't make things like that?
Well, it's the parent that should give the child at least a start, at least help the child out. But if the toy is too difficult for the child, then a parent should not force the child into sort of making the toy.
Number 1, you know, when I was a little girl, we used to have paper dolls that we made dresses for. You know, we'd trace them in paper and cut them and put them on. Is that considered creative?
Anything the child does to exercise his imagination or her imagination is creative, sure.
Well, number 2, one Christmas I got a cooking set, and also there were about a pound of Spanish peanuts in the house, and I made a lot of peanut butter. Do you consider that creative?
It is creative in its own way.
Rotten peanut butter.
Well, it may be rotten peanut butter, but as long as you can do something with it, that's the thing that counts.
Hey, let's go down to Gene Rayburn.
Yes, number 3, what character traits are developed in this sort of activity in the child?
Oh, character traits, I would interpret that as maybe meaning the fantasy play that a child might get into, the dexterity that the child might develop, and probably the just learning how to sort of follow instructions and create.
Number 2, you wouldn't expect a child to make this, would you?
Oh, yes, a child can make that easily enough. All you need, really, are 4 pieces of wood, some nails, and a little glue, and a saw.
How do you get these slits in there?
All right, you get those in with a saw, but you can help the child. It's perfectly valid in all these toys to help a child out. You want him to basically do it himself and take as much initiative as he can, but you can still help him out. It doesn't hurt.
Number 1, what?
And on to Kitty.
Well, you're quite right, because my children who got expensive toys really only like to play with a wooden spoon beating on top of a pot lid. And they would play with the boxes that the toys came in and forget the toys. They made all kinds of things out of them. I never thought, however, of making a kazoo with some wax paper, a rubber band, and what's left of a toilet roll. Charming.
And elegantly stated, too, I may add.
Number one, do you believe in finger paints as a way of being creative with children?
I think it's acceptable. I prefer construction, though.
Construction.
Yes.
Number 2, what kinds of toys do you think are permissible that are store-bought?
Well, those educational toys are probably the most beneficial to children. If you've got something that's pretty, they're not going to get as much out of it, and after a while, after a short period, they become very bored with them, and then they sometimes.
And on to that eternal youth, Bill Cullen.
We were poor in where I come from. Well, we were poor no matter where I come from. And that's the reason I come from where I come from, now that I think of it. But my family couldn't afford expensive things. They had none of this ingenuity to make. Every year on my birthday, they gave me a new little girl.
Oh.
Yes.
Hush up.
And it set the tone for my entire life. I must. Number 3, who do you suggest make these toys? The kids themselves or their parents?
Well, you know, one of the objects is to get kids and parents together, to do things together, rather than the child going off and trying to sort of create on his own. So it's the parent that should help the child get started. But it's as was said, it's not the parent that should do it for the child.
Number 2, isn't the appreciation factor? Oh,
Hey there. This should be difficult. The bell has rung. It is ballot marking time. Why don't you mark your mental ballot at home? Mark it with a 1. Or with a 2, or with a 3. And Peggy, if you have arrived at a decision?
Well, I have. Now, number 2 and 3 were really good. I was really going to vote for 2 until one said, it's acceptable, but I prefer construction. That really sounds as though he's into that boy. So I voted for him.
Righty. So we got 1 showing, Gene Rayburn.
Exactly. He was very authoritative, very serious, and very definite about it, so I voted for 1.
There you go. A pair of 1s. Kitty, how are you coming
They were
up?
all very good, but number 1 has the patient look of a man who really loves children and who is able to be around them for long periods of time and observe them.
Son of a gun. The panel is homing in on a unanimity, I do believe, unless Bill Cullen is going to upset it.
I don't understand that, because numbers 2 and 3 were lock-complete with information. They just had more information than you could use. And I voted for number 1, too. Sorry about that.
He didn't say much.
Well,
It was real pithy.
We are out on a self-made limb. The panel is... All right, here we go. At this point, will the real Stephen Caney please stand up? Stephen, where are you? It's number 1. Number 3. Great job, guys.
Well,
that was really marvelous. Totally stumped the panel. Therefore, $500 goes to our challengers. Number 1 with the 4 big votes here. What is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Dan Hannon. I work in community relations for the Addiction Research and Treatment Corporation in Harlem and Bedford-Stuyvesant, Fort Greene, Brooklyn.
Good for you. Number 2, tell us about you.
My name is Patrick Garrett. I'm a lecturer in hotel administration at New York University and New York Community College.
Well, you gave us a good spot, guys. You didn't do much for the panel. But thank you, Steve Caney and friends, for being with us here on The Tell the Truth. I was trying to remember back to toys that I made as a kid. Do you remember when you used to take a spool when your mom was through sewing? You'd take the spool and cut little notches around the edge of it, and then you'd take a rubber band and stick it through, and then put a matchstick on the end, and you made a tank.
That's right.
And it would climb over stuff.
That's right.
That was.
Did you
Matter
do
of fact,
that?
it wasn't an awful lot of fun, but it's what I used to do.
Did you do that back
We'll
in
see
your
you again
day?
next time.
Way back in your day, you
way
did.
back in the day.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Cotton production.
These three contestants are about to play the most exciting game of their lives. Ted Tamata has won $10,750 in our last game and is today's returning champion. But David Wagner plans to replace Ted and win today. And Janice Baldwin has her own goal, and that's ending up as the new champ. From Television City in Hollywood, it's time to press your luck. And now, here's your host, the star of Press Your Luck, Peter Tamarkin.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ron Roddy, and welcome to Press Your Luck. As you know by now, the most competitive game in television. As you know, players, I'm going to ask you 4 questions. Your correct answers will earn you spins at our big Press Your Luck game board. The more spins you have, the more money you can win. Because, as you know, our board is loaded with thousands of dollars of cash, terrific prizes, and every time you stop the board like this, stop, you make money, normally. But on occasion, you'll do what I did, which is to hit a whammy, and that reduces your total to 0. I guess that means I don't get paid for today. Well, that's the way it happens. You want to avoid that, as I want to avoid it. All right? With that in mind, are you all ready to press your luck?
Let's go, Peter.
Good, because I have the first question. More Americans carry this credit card than any other. Which one is it? Ted.
MasterCharge.
MasterCharge. All right, Ted. If you are right, you're going to pick up 3 spins. I'll take your answer. 2 others, give it to Dave and Janice. If they're right, they'll earn a spin apiece. Is the correct answer MasterCharge, Diners, or Visa? Dave?
Visa.
Dave says it's Visa. We'll go over to Janice and see what she says.
I'm going to go with MasterCharge.
You're going to say MasterCharge. Well, the most carried credit card is Visa. Dave got it. That means Dave picked up a spin. Janice and Ted have yet to pick up spins. Remember, spins mean dollars. Here we go. If you are 30, a woman, and you haven't been married, you're certainly not average. In fact, most American women get married between 20 and 25. So our question is, at exactly what age does the average American woman tie the knot? Ted?
23.
23 is the correct answer. 23, 21, or 22? Dave?
I'll go with 21.
Dave will say 21, and we go to Janice to see what she said.
I'm going to go along with Dave. Say 21.
21. Well, the average American woman marries at the age of 22. Oh. No one got it. Everything around it, but not 22. That means Dave at 1, Janice and Ted, no spins yet. We're going to go to our third question. Get some spins up there. Let's call this one, Who Has the Big Bucks? What country does Rolls-Royce sell more cars to than any other? Ted.
United States.
All right, is the correct answer the United States, England, or Saudi Arabia? Dave?
Saudi Arabia.
Dave says Saudi Arabia. We'll go to Janice to see what she says.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Well, more Rolls-Royces are bought by the United States.
Yeah!
Well done, Dave. Stays at 1. Janice, nothing yet. Ted goes to 3. Saudi Arabia buys a lot, but they don't obviously have as many people as we do here. So 1, 0, 3. Janice, here's the fourth question. Ted was in this position yesterday. He had no spins until the last question. Let's see what you can do. What's the name of the designer known for his annual list of the world's worst-dressed women? Janice.
Blackwell.
Blackwell is the correct answer. Blackwell, Calvin Klein, or Bill Blass? Dave?
I'll go along with Blackwell.
Blackwell says Dave. Let's go over to Ted to see what he says.
Mr. Blackwell.
Mr. Blackwell. The man responsible for the worst dressed list is Mr. Blackwell. Dave goes to 2. Janice jumps into the column with a big 3 because she buzzed in, and Ted goes to 4. And that was the last question. So players are going to get a chance to convert those spins into dollars at our Big Press Your Luck game board. So you stay here and you stay with us. All right, players, this is when we turn those spins into real dollars. And we've got prizes, surprises, and $13,000 on that board in cash, and a few whammies up there, so you want to be careful. Each spin can bring you up to $1,500. That is very important, because the player who ends this round on top gets to play last in the final round, and it really puts you in the driver's seat because you have determination. You can decide where you're going to go, and you play last after everyone else has played. Important position. Everything is at stake each time you spin. Remember, you can pass your spins anytime you're afraid of the whammy, and 4 whammies will put you out of the game. So remember that. That's important. Here we go with the player with the fewest spins. That is Dave with 2 spins and no dollars. Dave, you ready to make some money?
I'm ready.
Let's turn spins into dollars.
Let's go. Big bucks. Big bucks. Stop.
Stop at $500.
Right.
1 spin left, $500. Dave, press it on.
No whammies. No whammies. Stop.
Stop at $200. No whammies is right, Dave. $700. No spins left, but you got some nice dollars. We now go to Janice with 3 spins. 1 more than Dave, but no dollars yet. Janice, here we go.
Stop.
Stop at $450. Well, answering that question right so far is worth $450. Let's see how much more it's worth.
Here we go. Stop.
Oh! Not what we wanted to see. Only consolation is he destroys himself every time he comes out, Janice. 1 whammy, no dollars, but you have an important spin left. You ready to make some money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. You can get $1,500. Let's get that 15.
Stop.
15, you get it! Atta girl, Janice. $1,500. 1 spin, first place, even with the whammy. Now we'll go to Ted, who has 4 spins and no dollars. Ted, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Let's go. Big bucks. Stop.
Stop it. Big bucks indeed.
Oh, yeah.
$12.50, Ted.
Okay.
3 spins left, second place.
Let's go for it.
Let go.
Stop.
Stop at $750.
Right.
That's an even $2,000. First place by $500 over Janice. 2 spins left. First place, remember, is very important. You've got it for the now. One more. $2,000 at stake. A whammy eliminates.
Stop.
Skis, Ted.
All right.
A pair of skis valued at $435 gives you $24.35. 1 valuable spin left. You can either take it and keep in the lead, or you can pass the spin to Janice, since she's the player with the next highest amount of money.
Sorry, Janice.
Sorry, Janice, but Ted passes it to you.
Okay.
Here comes 1 spin that you've got to take. Let's see if you can avert the whammy. We don't want him.
Do it again.
First place at stake. Oh.
This ought to do
Janice. Blew himself up from you, Janice. Ted did it. He was right. He passed you the spin. You got $0, 2 whammies. Dave at $700. Ted, you are leading with $24.35. The advantage is you're in first place, and that means we'll be right back with more questions, spin, prizes, and surprises right after this. All right, players, time for big spins, big dollars. I've got 4 more questions, and that gives you 4 more chances to earn some spins. Remember, spins turn into dollars. As much as 1 correct answer, 1 spin, as it were, can be as much as $5,000. So very important. And remember, the player who ends this round on top gets to come back tomorrow, and after they've taken all the money home, so you're in a real good position. All right? With that in mind, I have the first question. Janice, don't worry about your 2 whammies for now.
Okay.
Just, earn some spins. Here we go.
Here.
What seafood do Americans order in restaurants more than any other? Ted?
Lobster.
Ted says lobster. If he's right, he's going to get 3 valuable spins. I'm going to give Ted's answer and 2 others to Dave and Janice. If they're right, they will earn a spin apiece. Is the correct answer lobster, shrimp, or crab? Dave?
Shrimp.
Dave says it's shrimp. Let's go to Janice and see what she says.
I'm going to say shrimp also.
You're going to say shrimp? Well, the most ordered seafood is shrimp, indeed. Dave picks up a valuable spin. Janice picks up 1. Ted still yet to be heard from, but we've got 3 more questions. Here's the second of them. What airline do most Americans fly from New York to Los Angeles? Dave.
American.
American is the correct answer. American, Pan Am, or United Airlines? Janice.
I'm going to say American also.
Janice will say American. Let's go over to Ted and see what he says.
I'm going to say United.
You're going to say United. Well, on the New York to L.A. run, the most traveled airline is American. Dave picks up 3 big spins. Dave could be as much as $15,000. Janice goes to 2. And Ted, here's the third question. What's the name of the famous record company founded by Berry Gordy? Dave?
Motown.
All right, is the correct answer Motown, Capitol, or A&M? Janice?
It is indeed Motown.
Janice says it's Motown. Ted, who do you think it is?
Motown.
You think it's Motown. Well, Berry Gordy founded, of course, Motown. Yeah. Everybody picks up spins. Dave goes to 7 valuable spins. And Janice goes to 3. Ted, you're in the column. You did it. You got your 1 spin. Okay, we got one more question to see if you can add to those spin totals, which means adding to money. What food comes in varieties called King, Temple, Blood, Bitter, and Valencia? Dave?
Oranges.
All right, is the correct answer oranges, apples, or cherries? Janice? Janice says it's oranges. We'll go to Ted to see what he says.
Oranges.
Oranges. Well, of course, the varieties of those bitter, blood, and goodies are oranges. Dave, big 3 again, 10 spins. And Janice goes to 4, and Ted got 2. And all our players will be taking those spins to the Big Press Your Luck board to determine who the winner's going to be today when we come back. Don't go away. Players, we are here to convert those spins that you worked so hard to accumulate into big dollars. And we have big dollars up on that board. We have 50,000 big dollars up there just waiting to be won. But don't forget, we also have the whammy up there, so we want to be very careful about that. Now, the player who we, wound up with the highest totals, let's look at totals. Janice at $0, Dave at $700. Ted, you've got $24.35, which puts you in first place, means you get to go last and miss the final round. That's a very big advantage, as you know by now. All right, we're going to go to the play with the least amount of money. Janice, you have $0. More importantly, you have 2 whammies. Now you have to concern yourself with strategy. You want to get yourself probably in second place before you start thinking about passing. But there's a lot of money up there. 4 spins. Are you ready, Janice? Here we go. No whammies. Stop at $500. Good, Janice. The whammy hex is off. 3 spins left. Can you keep going?
Gotta go big.
Looking for the big bucks. Let's get it. Stop at $22.50, Janice. Now, changes everything. 2 spins from last place to first place. You were in first place by about $300. 2 spins left, 2 whammies. If you pass those spins, they go to Ted, since he's the player with the next highest amount of money. 2 whammies. One more. $27.50 for 1 more spin. Stop at $700. Janice, that's $34.50, about $1,000 more than Ted. And she passes it to Ted. The 1 spin gets passed to Ted. If you want to mess around with those 2 whammies, Ted, that 1 spin comes to you in the pass column. You can sit and contemplate it while we go over to Dave with $700 and 10 big spins. Dave, you can really make some money.
Let's go. Big bucks. Stop.
Oh! You know, Dave, if you're going to get it, it's the best time. Only cost you $700, and you've got so many spins left. 9, only 1 whammy. You ready?
No whammies.
Let's get some money here. We've had enough whammies.
Stop.
$3,000 and a spin. Second place, Dave. 9 spins left since you earned 1. What are you going to do?
Press my luck.
Press it on.
No whammies. Stop.
A car! Dave, you won the car. Value of $4,949. That brings your total up to $79.49, well into first place by about $4,000, $4,500. 8 spins left.
Let's go.
All right, that car's at stake.
No whammies.
That car's at stake.
Stop.
$800. $8,749, 7 spins left. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go.
Go, $8,749 at stake. A whammy takes it away.
Stop.
$1,000. $97.49, Dave. 6 spins left. You got a lot of money. That's a lot of spins, though.
Press my luck.
Press it on, says Dave. Doesn't want to lose that car.
No whammies. Stop.
Stop at a portable spa. Valued at $2,995, Dave. You've amassed a small fortune. 12,744. 5 spins left. 1 whammy. What are you going to do? You're in first place by about $9,000.
Go it.
Gonna go. Oh, Dave,
No
you've got
whammy.
a
No
gutsy
whammy.
player.
Stop.
Stop at $500 and a spin. Gives you 13,244. Still the same 5 spins. A lot of money sitting there. 1 whammy takes it all away, Dave. 5 spins. What are you going to do with them? Take it fast. And those 5 spins go to Janice. She's the player with the next highest amount of money. There's 5 that go to you, Janice. You've got to take them all. You've got 2 whammies. You want to be careful, but you've got to take them. Are you ready? One at a time. Here they come. Let's avert that whammy.
Big bucks.
$500. So far, so good. $39.54 more. Here we go, Janice.
Come on now. Come on.
$750, Janice. That brings you up to $4,700. 3 more. So far, so good. You're going all right, Janice.
Stop.
Stop at $3,000 and a spin. Dave may have given you a gift. $7,700. 1 spin goes in the urn. 2 more you've got to take. $7,700 at stake. Here we go.
Big bucks again. Stop.
Stop at $750, Janice. $8,450. 1 more spin that you've got to deal with.
Okay.
$8,450 at stake.
Do it. Stop.
Oh, you did it. Well done, Janice. $8,950. Now you've got 1 spin left. You can take that spin in hopes of making more money, or you can take that spin and pass it back to Dave. He's the player with the highest amount of money. What are you going to do? Go for first place yourself or pass it? Pass indeed. Dave, it goes to you. We haven't even heard from Ted yet, but Dave, you got 1 more spin that you've got to take. $13,244 at stake, a portable
No
spa,
whammy.
a car.
No whammy.
We don't want a whammy.
Stop.
$500 and you picked up a spin. $13,744, Dave. Now you've got that spin that you can take yourself. Goes back. He says it goes back to Janice. $8,950 at stake, Janice. Turnabout is fair play. $89.50. Big bucks! Janice, you now have $12,950. $800 less than Dave. 1 spin that you earn, you can pass that spin back to Dave. It goes back to Dave. A seesaw battle. $13,744 at stake, Dave. A car, a spa, a lot of money.
No whammy.
No whammy. Looking for money.
Stop.
$3,000 and a spin. Oh, what a game. Dave, you're up to $16,744 and you picked up that spin. It goes back to Janice. Oh, my. So far, that whammy's yet to be heard from. Janice, you've got 1 spin. You've got to take $12,950 at stake. Are you ready? A lot of money.
Big bucks. Stop.
Stop at $500 and a spin. Oh, I've never seen this before. $13,450, a spin that you can. It goes. Dave, it's back to you. $16,744, a car, a spa. Unbelievable. Dave, are you ready? A lot at stake on 1 spin. We don't want any whammies. $3,000 and a spin. $19,744 and that spin. Dave, what are you going to do with it? I think I got a feeling it goes back to Janice. 1 spin that you've got to deal with, Janice. $13,450 at stake.
Big
Go for it,
bucks.
Janice. Let's see if you can pull it out. $500. You didn't get the whammy. You've got yourself $13,950 in second place. Dave's got $19,744. And Ted, you probably thought you'd never get to play. You got 1 spin that you must deal with, $24.35, before you can deal with the other 2. Ted, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
No
for the big
whammies.
bucks.
1 spin he's
And
got
a
to
spin.
take. Looking for big bucks.
Stop.
$1,000 the champ stops at. $34.35. 2 spins.
Gotta go for
Champ,
those extra
you've got to make
spins.
some big money. You're going to have to get something that gives you an
Let's go
additional
for some
spin.
extra
Dave's
spins.
waiting with $19,744. Ted, $34.35. Here's a spin.
Stop.
The Bahamas, Ted. A trip to the Bahamas valued at $2,050. Ted, that brings you up to $5,485.
Gotta go for it.
$14,000 less
Go for
than
that
Dave. You're going to
spin.
have to get something that gives you an additional spin, or the championship will go to Dave with $19,744. Dave, you ready? Ted,
Let's go.
go for it.
Give me a spin. Give me a spin.
Stop. Stop at Frankfurt, Germany. That is not enough, Ted. And the new champion for the day is Dave with $19,744. Congratulations, Dave. What a game. We'll be right back to find out exactly what you won after this message. Congratulations. with today's Big Press Your Luck winner, Dave. And right now, Dave, Ron Roddy's going to tell you exactly what you've won.
David, now you can add relaxation and a rich dimension to your life with a self-contained portable spa. The Aspen 2 with contoured seating and full body coverage and acrylic marble from Saint-Tropez Spa. And you won a new car. The economical four-cylinder Nissan Sentra with front-wheel drive, power brakes, rack and pinion steering, rear window defogger, and all the other standard equipment, plus California emission. Those prizes totaling $7,944, combined with the $11,800 in cash you've won, gives you a grand total of $19,744. Congratulations!
Congratulations, Dave, and you earned it. You picked up 10 spins. Those 10 spins turned into mighty big dollars. You need somebody to put out your fire. Congratulations. And Ted. Ted, you just didn't have enough spins that time, but you played the game twice now with no whammies, and you're going home with $10,750. Congratulations. Thank you for being with us. Janice, you gave Dave the best run for his money he'll ever have. And you've been a great contestant. Thank you. We've got some nice prizes for you. You won't be going away empty-handed. Dave, we're going to see you tomorrow. Until then, remember, the whammy is a dude who will make you sit and brood. This is Peter Tomarken saying so long for Press Your Luck. Bye-bye.
Here's what we have for our departing contestants. Clothing by Dobie. Share your special feelings with Care Bears Kids Wear. All the lovely Care Bears and soft, lovable styles. Care Bears by Dobie. Plus, Uncle Ben's International Flavored Rices. Chicken, beef, curried, and peel-up. When only the best will do, say Uncle Ben's. Also, the Presto Jumbo Griddle. This extra-large griddle cooks heaps of food, and the Silverstone non-stick surface makes cleanups easy. From Presto. Plus, Sandwich Mate. It's better than American cheese. Why? More vitamins and minerals. Great cheese taste, and Sandwich Mate costs less, too. And don't vacuum from now on electric broom. With the most advanced electric broom of all, the two-motor electric broom Power Team makes cleaning a breeze. Plus, Isodets lozenges with benzocaine give fast relief from sore throat pain. Sore throat, try Isodets. Use as directed.
This is Ron Roddy speaking for Press Your Luck, a Carruthers Company presentation.
This is the battlefield for our game of speed and strategy. These are the letters that lead to victory on Blockbusters! And here's the star of Blockbusters, the maestro of direction, Bill Cullen!
Thank you all. Thank you. Welcome. Hey, champions. Look at them. Thank you, Bob Hilton. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to Blockbusters. Boy, we had a marvelous champion here who left us with $24,000.
She was great.
Yes, sir. And now look who we have. Brand new champions. They are a grandmother and grandson team. The grandmother is Mary Lou Miller, and the grandson is Kevin Sheldon. They have $1,000, and they're going to try for more. Welcome back. Both of you. Mentioned our champion. I will mention her name, Linda Napolillo, and her husband John's in the audience. And Linda takes away $24,000. Good game player. Congratulations, Mary Lou.
Thank you.
You did a very good job.
I couldn't have done it without Kevin.
Well, Kevin's good, but boy, you're good too. As a matter of fact, Kevin's a better football player than you, I will say.
I hope so.
I hope so too, Mary Lou. Tell everybody at home a little bit about you. You're a grandmother of 5, did you say?
6 and 2 surrogate.
2 adopted.
No, they adopted me to be their grandmother.
Isn't that nice?
I love them all.
No one ever adopted me to be their grandmother. Well, I'd probably turn it down because I can't stay in fame anyway. Kevin, tell us about you.
I was born in Newport Beach, California. I've lived there all my life. I enjoy all sports. I plan on going to college next year, Orange Coast.
This year.
Where are you going?
Orange Coast College.
Orange Coast College. Are you going on a scholarship?
No, it's just a junior college right near my home.
But you're going to play football there.
Yeah.
You're a lineman. What line? Defensive, offensive?
Offensive.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Okay, now the time has come. You're the captain, Kevin. It is so designated here. The time has come for you to make the big decision. as all football players do at one time or another, and that is to tell me who's coming up here to try to win $5,000 more.
The genius.
That, if I'm not mistaken, would be Mary Lou Miller.
Yes.
Is that right? Mary Lou, come on over. You're going to get a shot at another $5,000. That's a good way to start the day. Good luck, Mary Lou. Easy does it on your step there. Well, Mary Lou, you and Kevin played marvelously. I hope you do as well at the Gold Rush board, because within it or behind it or somewhere in there is $5,000 for you. You start at the left side, call out the initials. I read the questions. You make a path to the right, and when you connect the gold to the gold, you start the day with $5,000.
All right.
And of course, if you miss, we put a block up, but all things being equal, some of the questions are harder than others. You should be able to work your way around. You have 60 seconds, so we'll put the 60 up. There they are. Take a good look at the board and a deep breath and all those things, and say whatever magic words you want to say. And when you tell me where you want to start, the clock will begin. Good luck.
H.H.
Ozzie Nelson's wife.
Harriet Hilliard.
Right.
J.D.
He said Inca Dinka Doo.
Jimmy Durante.
Right.
A.
The country of Juan Perón.
Argentina.
Right.
B, please.
Bordered by France, Germany, the Netherlands, and the North Sea.
Belgium.
Right.
H, please.
It's used to make rope.
Hemp.
Right again, you did it. Very well done. There they go. Congratulations, you two. Well done, Mary Lou. Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Mary Lou and Kevin have $6,000. What a way to start the day, and what a way to begin our show. You two can go on back there and be comfortable, because right now, you got $6,000. We have to raise $6,000 some way. How can we do it? And we need $6,000 here. Let me see. Watch this. We'll charge these people for this. Welcome back. You know, from time to time we have people come up and they are seated, or they take their seat before I introduce them. I get a card, has their name. I had to ask Linda Napolillo for a little help on her name. Of course, I really didn't, because it's like Italian, and Italian is sort of, you pronounce it as they spell it. It's easy. Now, this name gives me trouble. I know the first name, Joe. I got that. Would you tell everyone, pronounce for me, please, sir, your family name?
Well, Uncle Bill, my last name is Cullen.
Cullen? Is that the way it's spelled? C-U-L-L-E-N.
Yes, I got to clarify that. Actually, I checked the family tree before coming out here, and I didn't see you anywhere, so I guess it's okay that I'm here.
That's okay, because you're not in our family tree either.
Okay.
I looked up there this morning. That's part of an African joke that I am not going to... Yeah. Tell us about you, Joe. Cullen is not all that unusual as a name. I don't imagine it is. You bump into other Cullens, don't you?
Well, there's a few Irish families around with that name.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Most of them are priests. Do you find that?
Quite a few Irish priests, I guess. Not in my particular family, but
no,
there are.
In mine. I used to go, maybe Joe and I digress just a moment. I used to go to strange towns, and most people, or many people do, is they get a phone book in a strange town and look up their name to see if, who might be there. And I'd Cullen all over, and I'd call and say, are you Cullen? I'd say, yes. And I'd say, I'm Cullen too. And I'd say, would you like to confess, my son?
Well, I hope you don't only find them in the strange towns. I think they're in the normal towns too, I hope.
Well, maybe you're Cullen's, not my Cullen's, Joe. Well, what do you do, Joe?
Well, Bill, for the last year I've been coaching basketball in Europe, and I also recently passed the California bar, and now I'm just trying to decide what to do next.
First of all, congratulations on passing the California bar.
Yeah, it felt good. Felt real good.
No easy task.
It was rough. It was a rough 2 months getting ready for it.
Where'd you play basketball?
Well, I played at a local college here in Los Angeles, and the last year I've been in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
In Sweden.
You're very tall, I noticed that. How?
Well, 6'4".
6'4". By basketball standards, that's sort of normal, I guess.
Here it's short, there it's normal.
Yeah, it's a short guard. Well, you know how our game is played, don't you, Joe?
I think so.
You met Mary Lou and Kevin?
I sure have.
They got a basketball coach, a football player, and a genius grandmother in the middle. Okay, we're going to begin this board now with the letter C for Cullen. Anyway, the answer to this question begins with a C. So if you're ready, Joe, they're pretty good with the buzzer, so we'll do the best you can. Question, what C did Jack Nicklaus recently become for his son so he could
Yes, Joe?
Caddy.
Caddy is the right answer, and you start off with a good one. Being a sports fan, and Kevin probably knows this too, do you know why he became a caddy for his son?
No.
There was a reason. You know, Kevin, the reason is so he could give advice legally during the course of a golf tournament. Only the caddy can give advice. Actually, they're not even supposed to do that. They're supposed to answer questions, but they give advice. Where are you going, Joe?
I'll take the S, Bill.
Okay, letter S. I do digress, don't I? Answer starts with an S. What S is a swindler or the star? Kevin.
Shark.
Kevin, you're right. You did it. Kevin had a look on his face when I looked over there like I wish I hadn't pressed. The swindler or the star of Jaws. That was the second half. Where to, Kevin?
The T, please, Bill.
Okay, letter T for the family pair. Question. What tea is a diet drink? Or, Kevin?
Tab.
Actor Mr. Hunter. Tab's the answer. Kevin, you're on a roll. Hang in there, Joe. Kevin, where are you going?
The G, please.
Letter G. Here comes. What G is the group of people who speak the Romani language? Mary Lou.
Gypsies.
Gypsies is the right answer. Wrong.
That's good,
Thanks. All right, Mary Lou.
The letter P, please.
The letter P. Comes a question. Everybody ready now? What P is a bit of butter or, Joe?
A pat.
Pat's the right answer. Joe, that one belongs to you. The full question, a bit of butter or a friendly tap on the back. All right, Joe, where are you going?
I think I'll take the W.
Okay, W. W's all right. You have to connect down there sooner or later. Here it comes, everybody. Question. What W did General William Tecumseh Sherman say is hell? Mary Lou.
War.
War is the right answer. That was a Sherman quote. War is hell, said Sherman. Mary Lou.
The letter N.
The letter N for the family pair. Still won't make it for them, but I'll get them close, Joe. Question. What N is the emperor remembered? Yes, Joe.
Nero?
Nero is the right answer, Joe. Okay. Good player. The full question, the emperor remembered chiefly because he neglected Roman government affairs while he pursued a musical career. Nero was the answer, and where are you going, Joe?
I'll take the M, Bill.
The letter M. All right. Comes an M question. What M is a dessert sauce or a type of toast? Joe again.
Melba?
Melba's the right answer again, Joe. Type of toast or a dessert sauce, both named for a famous opera singer, Melba. Dame Nellie Melba, soprano. Where to, Joe? Look at that board.
I'll try the L, Bill.
Okay, look it over, and that will not be a connection, but you are sure getting there. L question coming. Everybody stand by. Here it is. What L are mottled blue-black when caught, but turn bright red? Mary Lou.
Lobsters.
When cooked. Lobster's the answer. You got it, Mary Lou. Family pair takes it back. Boy, it has a look of a good game. Where are you going, Mary Lou?
The letter E, please.
Okay, letter E. You could use this one too, Joe. Everybody's eligible for it. What E is the prep school? Joe.
Eton?
Eton is the right answer. Boy. That James Bond attended. That was the rest of the question. Take a look at the board, and Joe, it's your pick.
Bill, I'll go for the win with A.
Okay, with the letter A. That'll do it. It'll only get you a win. It'll surround your opponent. The A will win it now for our solo player. It would not for the family pair. What A was a mythological Greek warrior or a famous foaming cleanser? Mary Lou.
Ajax.
Ajax is the answer, Mary Lou, and you saved it. Now then. Look it over, Mary Lou, and take your time.
The letter D, please.
Really the only place you can go. And look at D. It means something to everybody up there because whoever gets it, their team or they win the game. D. Oh, boy. Everybody ready? It's either going to be the Sheldons, the Millers, or the Cullens? Who are they? Question. What D was the name of the German dog lover who bred for the game, Joe?
Dachshund?
Nope. I repeat it now for either of the family pair. Raise your hand. What D was the name of the German dog lover who bred a pincer to be the size of a German Shepherd, Mary Lou?
Doberman?
For the game. Congratulations. That's another one for you two. Congratulations, Mary Lou and Kevin. That was a good game, Joe. You need not feel the least bit embarrassed about that. You were right in all your interruptions, and that was a good one, Dachshund and German, but it went the other way. So it's one game for the family pair. Joe's going to try to catch up and even it all up, and we'll be back to give them a chance at that right after we hope you watch this. Welcome back. Boy, pick up with Blockbusters, a game that features that mathematical genius Bob Hilton. Mary Lou and Kevin, congratulations. And Joe, as I said, you two played that was a good game all the way around. So now we're coming up to game 2. Joe Cullen, I don't hasten because I'd be proud to have him as a relative. I just say he's not a relative of mine. You're not, are you, Joe?
No, I'm not, Bill.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you were, I might put the arm on you. But I wouldn't think anything like that. This is going to be your chance to catch up. Mary Lou and Kevin now have a total of $6,500. Going to start this game, letter M. What M is the acronym for Mobile Army Surgical Hospital? Yes, Joe?
MASH.
MASH is the right answer. There you go.
I'll take the A, Bill.
Okay, the letter A. Straight up the line. Might as well. Question? What A is the Georgia city where the Masters golf... Joe?
Atlanta.
Nope, repeat it now for... Oh, Kevin's hand's up already. What A is the Georgia city where the Masters golf tournament is annually held, Kevin?
Augusta.
Augusta's the right answer, and you got one. We are... do you know what station shows our program in Augusta, Kevin?
No, I sure don't.
Well, WATU-TV. If you're ever in the neighborhood, tune them in. Oh, well, I like the way you lay those in there, Bill. Where are you going, Kevin?
E, please.
Okay. Letter E for the family pair. What E comes before Leviticus in the Old Testament? Okay, Joe, you look like you really wanted to hit the buzzer there. You fought it. It's gone now. You want to give me a shot at it?
I can't think of it.
Exodus. As a matter of fact, yeah, Exodus, correct. We come out, I was going to say something, but I'm not that big. I'm not sure of my fact. Here's another E question in any event. Everybody ready? What E invented the Kodak camera? Yes, Mary Lou?
Eastman.
George Eastman, absolutely. Was George, yeah. Look at the board now and make your pick.
The R, please.
Okay, letter R for the... Oh, the family pair got it on both sides in the middle. Here comes an R question. What R is made from crushed sugar cane and was first... Mary Lou again.
Rock candy.
Nope. Repeat it for you now, Joe. You get the full question. What R is made from crushed sugar cane and was first distilled in Barbados?
Rum?
Rum is the right answer, sure. Okay. Back in there. We'll be looking at the board for a moment, Joe, because we have to pause here. Be back in just a moment if you don't go too far away. We'll be back even if you do. Okay. Joe's trying to tie this match up by winning this game, and he came up with the last right answer. Take a look at the board and look it over. Take your time and tell me where you want to go, Joe.
Bill, I'll go down to the W.
Okay, letter W for our solo player. Here comes a question. Everybody ready now? What W is a town in Idaho or MASH's snooty major? That's Kevin.
Winchester.
Winchester's the right answer, Kevin, and you got it. All right, Kevin.
The S, please.
Letter S for the family pair. Here it comes. What S has been called the land of cakes and is where you might see the Loch Ness Monster? That's Kevin.
Scotland.
Scotland's the right answer, Kevin, and you have another one. Your choice again.
Letter N, please.
Letter N. Okay. N question. What N is a kind of bird or a woman who...
Nightingale.
Nope. Good guess. Now, I repeat it all for you, Joe. What N is a kind of bird or a woman who wears a habit?
A nun.
A nun is the right answer. That's it, Joe. You take it away. That was a good try, Mary Lou. Nothing to be ashamed of. Where are you going now, Joe?
I'll take the T, Bill.
Okay, letter T, getting your connection down there. Here it comes. What tea can be mashed and mixed with buttermilk to soothe a sunburn and is the basis for most spaghetti sauce? Kevin.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes are the right answer, Kevin. The family pair has it back again. Kevin, your choice.
The D, please.
Okay. Two ways you could have gone there, and both equally. Comes a D question. What D is what a World War I soldier was called?
Doughboy.
Yeah, doughboy is the right answer. Joe, you got it. Or is the animated spokesman for the Pillsbury Company. Okay, now, Joe Cullen, you have it back again. Where to?
I'll take the F, Bill.
Letter F for the solo player. Here it comes. What F is where most reserve energy is stored?
Fat.
Fat is the right answer, Joe. Stored in the body. Look at that. Where to?
Bill, I'll try for the win again with the G.
Okay, and if Joe gets this one, he wins this game and ties the match. G. And of course, Mary Lou and Kevin want to stop him. Here it comes. G. What G was an early ragtime dance or is what some strippers do for the game, Joe?
Grind.
Grind is the right answer. You won the game and tied the match. We have a tie match here. Well done, Joe. Mary Lou and Kevin. The some strippers do after they bump, that was the rest of the question. We have a match that's all tied up, one for Kelvin and Mary Lou and one for Joe, and we'll be back in just a moment, but right now here's one for you. In a good spot. We ran out of time, but actually it's sort of good this way because we can start fresh next time. We have a game for Joe Cullen. Did I ask you where you're from, Joe?
Well, originally from Long Island, New York, now Los Angeles, California.
I'm glad I asked you that, but you'll be back here again next time. I know where Mary Lou and Kevin are from, and we're going to have you all back here next time. Right. We have a tied match, and we'll get the concluder in here tomorrow, and someone will get a crack at $5,000 more. Meantime, if you can join us next time, we would appreciate having you. If you can't join us, that's all right. We appreciate not having you. We're thankful for anything we get or don't get. My name is Steve Allen. Bye.
This is Bob Hilton speaking for Blockbusters, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
It's time for the match game. Hollywood Squares, our with from Happy Days, Anson Williams. From Mr. Smith, Leonard Fry. Sybil Danning. Bill Brocco. Jenny Lee Harrison. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bowman.
Thank you. All right.
All right, yeah. That's good.
Wow. They have released the animals. We welcome you with all our hearts, don't we?
We have met the animals, and they are ours.
Right, they are us.
Yes.
No, we appreciate your enthusiasm, but remember, it's an hour show. You got to save a little for later on. Right now, we need more of your. Well, listen, as long as you're here, can we do that? Is that why you're turning lights on?
Yeah, they're all
what the
lit
hell?
now.
Yeah, look at that. Listen, well,
We might as well
John,
say,
come over
say
here.
something to them.
What's your name?
Should we sit in
Deborah
one's lap?
Bissonette.
Where are you from?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. There's a bus leaving in 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, that's all I want to say. You're a wonderful, good-looking bunch, and thank you for coming.
Why have they lit them, though?
Because, we referred to them, and they thought, Mark Breslow thought we were going to come out here and say hello, and we did.
Should we bring in makeup?
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
looking.
That's right.
They look like they need a little help.
It's nice to have you here. Now, would you join John and me and say hello to our stars? Brisk round of applause here.
I'll check it out, see
Hello,
how they do.
stars!
Applause!
Hello there, we missed you. How's your finger?
Hi,
Good.
Grab the right with my right hand. Look at that.
Everybody ready?
We're ready.
yes.
We're ready to go.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not. I'm
always
always
ready.
ready, but not quite. I have something for you, Gene.
Oh, really?
Yes, I brought as a little souvenir a picture for your wallet.
This is a picture for my wallet?
Yes.
Is it a fold out? Oh, it is a fold out. For his wallet or his wall?
Yes. For his wallet.
Oh.
There is
For the wallet. Just a little picture, you know.
Whoa.
Anyway, I got to read what it says. My darling Jean, you will always be my perfect match.
That's right.
With all my lust, Sybil.
Oh, you weren't supposed to read that part. Now put it in your wallet.
Sybil?
Okay.
Can I have a picture for my closet?
She thinks you make a lot of money, Gene, apparently.
The only way I can get this in my wallet, which I happen to have here,
Oh, that's all right. Fold it up. Yes.
fold it up.
But you have to promise to carry it by your heart.
Carry it by my heart. Okay. I'm going to look lumpy.
That's
but
all right.
never look lumpy.
That's all right because you're very slim. You always
He
look
always
good. No
okay
matter
for you.
what.
I
Right.
mean, if... All right.
Oh, you look very
Here we go.
handsome.
Thumpa, thumpa, thumpa.
You're looking more like
By
Sybil,
the
Gene.
way.
I do look a little like Sybil. It's about a 38 D cup, I say. All right. Here we have Craig Williams and Patrice Weston. Applause, applause, applause. Welcome. Craig, let's find out about you first.
Well, I'm married and I have a little 9-month-old little girl who
Yep.
tears a house up, and I'm from a small town, Wisconsin named Cadott, and that's halfway between the equator and North Pole.
Say it again.
Cadott.
Cadott. How do you spell that?
C-A-D-O-T-T.
C-A-D-O. Is that an Indian name?
French. Indian.
French Indian. Cadott, Wisconsin. That's right.
And it's
Pierre
a-
Marquette and all those French cats traveled through there.
Of course they did.
Right. All right.
And halfway between the equator and North Pole, you'll find it.
Is that right?
And I'm a dairy farmer, and that's it.
How many cows you got, Craig?
Total about 72.
72. They're all milked by machine?
And what's left, I get by my hand.
You have to do it by hand.
What's left?
Let me see your hands. He has calluses on his hands. Do the cows object to that?
Sometimes.
How do they express their objection?
Very angry.
They do. Swish their tail in your face?
Yes, but...
They do more than that. I don't want to hear any more about it, Craig. Patrice, let's find out about you, please.
Hi, I'm married to my husband, Steve, for 10 years.
You're married to your husband?
Yeah.
She's married to her husband. How about that? We wouldn't have it any other way,
I probably
Patrice.
should shut up now, huh?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I have a 22-month-old son who started me on my new career of teaching babies to read.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have a 22-month-old baby who can read.
Yes, I do.
You do? That's a great accomplishment, isn't it? What does your baby read?
Well, I have a system of flashcards that I started when he was 2 months old, and now I have parents in my class who have taught their children. I have a graduating class of over 250 parents whose children read also.
And what is the average age of the children in the
They
class?
start at 3 months to about 24 months old.
That's really astounding. I'm delighted to hear about that, and congratulations. Great accomplishment. Okay. Now, let's get on to the match game. before Patrice starts flashing at us with her cards here. Here on the match game, you'll have 3 chances to match as many of the stars as you can, if we ever get to it. And the one who's done that most often at the end of the 3rd round will be the winner, go on to challenge our returning champion at Hollywood Squares, chance to win up to $30,000. Craig, you won the toss. You go first.
B, please, Gene.
B it is. Here we go. I'm carrying my heavy wallet over here.
Oh,
Here it is. Weird Willie is so weird.
How
weird is he?
I'm going to tell you. His car has a bumper sticker that says, "Honk if you love blank." Isn't that crazy? Weird Willie, so weird. Bumper sticker on his car says, "Honk if you love blank." All right, we're ready for you. Weird Willie is so weird, his car has a bumper sticker that says, "Honk if you love blank."
Politicians.
Politicians.
Good answer.
That would be weird.
Oh, I like that answer.
You don't think it's weird to love a politician? No. Okay, Sybil, what do you say?
Well, when I drive in my car, I always notice that when you see weirdos driving around, I think there's only one thing they really would love you to do is to honk if you're in love with them.
Honk if you love weirdos.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
You're just like Sybil, Gene.
Who asked you? All right, Anson.
Well, you know, Willie didn't get along with his parents too well, so he didn't get a lot of love, so honk if you love me.
Weird Willie
similar line.
says honk
That
if you
was a
love
good one.
Same
I saw a bumper sticker the other day that said, "I brake for nobody." I didn't like that. But I think that he would say, honk if you love accidents.
All right, there's a good answer.
That's weird.
That's a good one?
That's
That's
weird.
a good one?
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Weird Willie would say honk if you love accidents. I think
Nice
that's excellent.
guy.
Anything like that. What do you say, John?
I say because, you know, I've been on the show a long time now, and this is your basic, definitive answer of someone who people don't love. Howard.
Honk if you love Howard Cosell.
He's your basic guy.
Howard.
That's experience for you.
Right. Jenna Lee.
I like Howard Cosell.
I like him too.
Oh,
I have to admit, but he's
sure.
so-
Get out of it now. I think that Anson Williams is extremely intelligent, besides being so good-looking, because he had the same answer that I did.
Honk if you love me.
Who would drive around with the honk if you love me?
He didn't have the same answer as you. You're Jenny
pretty
Lee.
girl.
All right, Mr. Fry.
Craig, I wish you had been here a few weeks earlier. As a dairy farmer, there was a question I had about a bull sperm bank that
Was memorable.
I'm still trying to figure out. Unfortunately, don't match. I'm with Sybil on Sybil's track, which is a track you'd like to be on, wouldn't you? I said, weirdos, honk if you like.
Honk if you love weirdos. All right. So Craig didn't score with that. Let's
I
see
knew we always
if
had something in
Patrice
common.
does anything with this one here. Say, did you hear about the world's most unsanitary doctor? I shall tell you about him. In over 50 years of practice, he's used the same blank on every patient. Very unsanitary. Or, it is also correct to say insanitary doctor.
I'll show you.
All right, ready, Jenna Lee? Patrice.
Yeah.
This world's most unsanitary doctor, in over 50 years of practice, he's used the same blank on every patient.
Thermometer?
Thermometer would be good. There is a wild boar in the first row. Are you the guy who's going, yeah? You?
The blonde.
Who is
No,
that?
the
The blonde
brunette.
kid, yes. All right. Sybil. He's used the same blank on every patient.
Well, every time I think of doctors, I don't trust them much, and I only go when I really have to. And I don't mind being needled by a handsome man, but never by doctors, so...
Use the same needle.
Yeah, if he used the
All
same
right.
needle,
That would be very
That would be bad.
Ah, whatever she says. That wild boar loves it.
Yeah. Any clubs out there today? What?
Anson Williams Fan Club.
Any clubs out there today?
No, apparently not. No,
I'm in trouble then. Okay.
No, Gene Woods, is there a homogenous group
Demolay.
there?
Ellie's Mixers.
Ah.
All right. Ellie's Mixers. There we go.
They still need makeup. Look at them.
They didn't
Stay
hear you.
with me, girls.
Ellie's
Right.
Mixers. Look at them.
All right,
Well,
show and tell.
when I think of
What do they mix?
doctor,
Yeah.
I kind of think of
Yes,
So,
cutting.
I said knife or scalpel.
He's used the same scalpel or knife on every patient.
Ellie!
We're looking for a thermometer.
Well, I know you are. And unfortunately, you're not going to find it here because I also said scalpel, but I don't know how to spell it. So I tried several different versions. You get the general idea. I'm sorry.
I like
Thank you anyway.
Scalpel. He's used the same scalpel on every patient. What do you say?
Ellie's mixers.
Scrapple.
Yeah.
How mixed are they?
Or what do you mix?
Yeah.
They're mixed up, I can tell that. Well, I said something that you're going to like. Thermometer! That's one.
Number one.
Okay, Genevieve.
I think the answer's like needles and scalpels. They're dumb answers because every time you go into the doctor's office, you don't have a needle or a scalpel. But what do you always have? Standard, whenever you go to the doctor's. All right, thermometer.
Super Patrice. Leonard?
Sorry,
You look
I thought
perturbed.
you could use the same thermometer for 50 years if you just clean it off with a little Lavoris or
You
whatever.
spit on it, don't you? Spit on it and wipe it on your...
That's all right, isn't it?
Sanitary.
Well,
So I thought
the
if you
assumption
take a
was
tongue depressor.
The tongue depressor is very good. Okay, so you're ahead at the end of round one, 2-0. Round two coming up right after this. Here we go to round two. Okay. Now, Patrice, you're ahead. You have to go first.
I'll go with B.
All right.
Do such
Here's
a
what B
thing.
says. Leonard?
Sit down.
He's
Are you-
visiting.
You're getting your own show, are you? You're doing a little show with them up there?
Sybil had something to tell me, and I had to listen.
Sybil,
Okay.
Sybil, 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 Sybil.
I like my men to listen.
Yeah, all right.
Something to say.
You didn't say, what about chopped liver?
Yes.
Would all of you respond to this, please?
What do you want?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Larry the Lush said.
Larry the
Larry the
Lush.
Lush
Larry the
said.
Lush.
This is right.
10 minutes,
He
here we
loves
go.
it.
I may drink a lot, but my wife adores me. In fact, she worships the ground I blank on.
Could you repeat that question, please? Larry the Lush said, "I may drink a lot, but my wife adores me. In fact, she worships the ground I..." Oh, okay,
blank.
you're right.
Says don't
blank
write.
on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you matched in the previous round, the two of you.
Great.
What shall we do instead?
We're
This
already
one's
up
right. This
here.
one's right.
Here we go. Larry the Lush said, I may drink a lot, but my wife adores me. In fact, she worships the ground I blank on.
Stumble?
Stumble on.
That's okay.
I think
Thank
what they're
you. All
expecting
right.
is something
It's
a
okay.
little more graphic
We have
than
some
that.
nice people.
The wild boars like it.
Or, yeah, or maybe even fall down on. She said stumble, Sybil. What do you say?
Well, I haven't had that much experience, but I imagine...
don't drink?
see- No, I don't drink, and I don't have men around me that drink so much, but I know that when you see these films, usually the guys that drink a lot, they're sort of making their way into the house, and then they sort of just get to the bed and pull a blanket down, or they don't even get to the house. So I would think that she would probably worship the ground that
In fact,
he
she worships
sleeps
the ground
on.
I
He'd
sleep
never
on.
make it into bed if he
Oh, he
drinks a
passes
lot.
out, in
Yeah,
other
I think
words.
He passes out on the ground.
Okay.
The crowd's getting hostile.
The boars have turned.
All right, Anson.
Ellie's mixer. I better talk fast.
Another
I
lousy
said, if you drink a lot, you pass out.
Pass out. Okay. All right, she worships the ground I
yeah,
pass
just a
out
second.
on. Oh.
Okay, I think I'm ready to say this now. The ground you crawl on.
Down you crawl on. Another good one. All right, we'll come right to you, Leonard.
Right to me. Sorry, Patrice. Pass out.
Pass out
I've
on.
obviously never woken up in the gutter.
See, you were too gentle,
doctor drinks
Patrice.
cologne.
Stumble was a little too gentle. Pass out or fall down or any of those would be good. Craig, you ready?
Ready.
Here it is. Ken the cop said, I think that guy used to be a peeping Tom. He's reading Playboy magazine through a blank. Everyone plays.
May I hear it one more time, please?
Yes, of course. Ken the cop said,
He just wants to get closer to you, Sybil.
Yes,
I think that guy used to be a peeping Tom. He's reading Playboy magazine through a blank. Does it make you nervous when everyone watches like this?
Yes.
Does it? Okay. Here we go. Craig, I think that guy used to be a peeping Tom. He's reading Playboy magazine through a
window.
Through a window. Okay? Peeping Toms do that. They peep through windows and et cetera, et cetera. What do you say?
I said glass.
Glass. Is that a match?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I have to think about
He
it.
also drinks.
Oh, they did it. Oh, all right. Okay, Anson.
Well, you know, when I'm during my peeping Tom days,
peeping.
I mean, I look through my Playboy.
Yeah.
Through a through a peephole.
A peephole, right? That's one way to do it. That's why they call them peeping
It's
Tom.
a lot of fun.
It is.
A real peephole, yes. Well, I said that you'd be reading it through a keyhole.
Keyhole. Another good one.
Sorry.
All right, reading Playboy magazine through
What do
a...
you say, Real Peephole? That's
No.
a show on NBC, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, Real Peephole. One of my favorites. I didn't say any of that. I said a telescope.
Telescope, another good one. Good answer. Peeping Tom would use that.
Come on, Jenny. No. We did not do it this time. Peephole.
Peephole. She's looking for window.
Peeping Tom. Peephole.
All right, Leonard, here we go.
I haven't done it at all. This is not my day. The Novocaine has gone to my brain.
Oh.
Keyhole.
Keyhole.
So
We know
sorry.
what she wanted. So we've got a very tight game going here at the end of round 2. 2-1 is the score in Patrice's favor. Round 3, final round after this. All right, here we go with the third and final round.
Yeah.
You're still ahead, Patrice. You have to go first again.
Well, gee, it was so great with B. Let's go with B again.
You want B?
Yeah.
All right. Unlucky Louise said.
Yes.
She said, my lousy luck. This is Louise speaking.
Oh, do that again, Gene.
My lousy luck, she said.
Wonderful.
As soon as I had my face lifted, my blank fell. You're on your own. I can offer no assistance of any kind.
This is it.
Never happens with the guys, you know.
Patrice, unlucky Louise said, my lousy luck. As soon as I had my face lifted, my blank fell.
Derriere.
Derriere. All right. Okay. There's one possibility. What do you say? You say
Well,
bazoom.
I was just.
Well, hold it up.
I don't think I spelled it
Don't
right.
be ashamed of it. If you've got them, show
Yeah,
them.
but when it falls, you have to be ashamed of it.
Oh, I
right?
see. All right.
Don't want it to fall.
bosom.
Anson.
Well, having had the opportunity to sit next to Sybil this week, I've become a chest man.
I see. As soon as I had my face lifted, my chest fell.
I also enjoy a good game of chest, but excuse me, but I said boobs and
All right.
still
There
wrong.
it is.
Sorry about
She's
that.
looking for buns or derriere or
Yeah, but
something,
we don't
bottom
write
or whatever.
anymore.
You don't write. You don't
No,
write.
we've
And
matched.
Leonard,
I write.
you do write.
I write.
That's what I hear.
And I left.
You're
Yes.
wrong.
You left.
And facelifts.
Right.
You want to hear my Marlene Dietrich imitation?
Go.
Having it done again. This is not my chin. It's my kneecap. However, thank you very much.
Leonard Fry.
Don't encourage him.
And now for my Audie Murphy imitation. No, sorry, I got the wrong card.
All right, she had bazooms also.
We all
Okay, now Craig,
Your finger
you're
didn't
really
hurt your
in a
voice
pretty
at
good
all,
spot
Leonard.
here because all you need is one to
Finger didn't hurt
tie
your
and two to
voice.
win. Let's see what happens. Brenda said, my new husband is really well-mannered. When he nibbles on my ear, he uses a blank. My new husband is well-mannered. You don't play. You mentioned the previous round. My new husband is really well-mannered. When he nibbles on my ear, he uses a blank. That's good. Splendid. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Just like that.
Ready, answer. Here we go, Craig. Brenda said, my new husband is really well-mannered. When he nibbles on my ear, he uses a blank.
A napkin.
Napkin is one possibility. All right. Would you have said napkin?
Yeah, that's what I was going to write.
He said napkin. He's 1 to tie and 2 to win.
I was really going to do that.
You were going to say napkin.
Yeah, but when I nibble, I use a knife and fork.
Knife and fork, that's okay. That's one way to nibble. No, that's not a bad answer. Wait a minute. There is usually more than one good answer, and that happens to be one of the good ones.
Yeah, it's not the best answer because really you should just use a fork, you see.
Oh, a fork alone.
Yeah, but he saw me write it, and so he added knife and fork. That's fine. Thank you.
All right. John, we come to you. When he nibbles on my ear, he uses a...
Well, it's really not the best answer because the best answer, obviously, is napkin.
Hey!
At least according to Craig.
Tie score is what we have.
The game moves along.
I goofed.
Wait a minute.
No,
hold on. The judges might consider that to be a napkin.
They're deciding.
Do they?
Oh.
They don't?
No.
They do not.
Well, I
Okay.
thought you'd have a tissue right there. You don't always have a napkin right there, you know?
Right.
Napkin, I don't even know you.
That's it, Jenny.
Yeah.
Give them what for. Now, Leonard, at this moment we have a tie. You can untie it, or you can cause us to go to a tiebreaker. The pressure is all on you, and poor Leonard has all this pressure on him with a
Novocaine finger.
Yes.
Come on, Marlena, you can do it.
When he nibbles on my ear, he uses a knife.
All right, Craig, you win the game. Right over here, if you would, please. I'll get to you in a minute. Patrice, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I really think you've got something remarkable going in your school of teaching infants to read, and I congratulate you for that. I hope the gifts we send your way from Match Game will be useful to you. Thank you, Patrice Weston. All right. Now, time now to switch. Would you join me over here, Craig? Here comes the rest of our set to enable us to bring in 3 more stars who will be making their entrance here in a moment or so. I'm going to switch places with John Bauman, who will be hosting Hollywood Squares. We've got lots more excitement coming your way. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive the Silver Reed Penman, fully electronic, compact daisy wheel typewriter, practical enough for the home, durable enough for the office, furnished by Silver Reed. And now, it's time for more of The Match Game. Hollywood Squares, our wit from real people, Mark Russell. From another world, Mary Page Keller. Pat McCormick. And taking over, the star of the Hollywood Squares, John Bauman.
Okay, and we will be right back. You come back too.
And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
You happy so far? Okay, welcome everybody to the second half of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. And once again, we say hello to Craig Williams, who has survived the Match Game competition and is now ready to take on our defending champion in Hollywood Squares. We also are going to welcome 3 new celebrities: Pat McCormick, Mary Page Keller, and Mark Russell. Mary.
Yes.
Mary Page Keller, you are on the show Another World, which happens to be our lead-in and is doing very well and is a highly watched show here on NBC. How's everything going? Tell us a little bit about what's new on the show.
I have an illegitimate child and an ex-lover and an ex-fiancé, but
like to see us?
I'm just fine, thank you. Everything's going well.
So just an illegitimate child and an ex-lover. Yeah.
And an ex-fiancé.
Yes.
And,
oh,
right.
well, you're surrounded by them here in the Hollywood
There's
Square.
one of those soaps that's
okay,
one of those
Greg.
soaps is so sexy the announcer got pregnant the other day.
All right, we got our own soap opera going here. It's called Try to Beat the Defending Champion in Hollywood Squares. Here we go. And this has turned into quite a saga for you. This is a long-running soap opera for you, Victoria Narbutis. You are returning with $34,950. And a very successful run, and I'm sure in your book, very, very highly rated.
Yes.
Now that you have this amount of money, tell us what you think you might do with it. You're a newlywed. You've only been married for 3 weeks. You must have lots of plans.
Oh, I've always wanted to have something to put down to get a house, so now we have enough money to put down to get a house.
Terrific. Now you don't have to sell your husband. You can just do it here from Hollywood Square. Okay, now we're going to play this game, and we're going to play it until you hear the time's up bell. Now, whoever is ahead at that point, as you probably know, is our winner and goes on to play the super match for up to $30,000, which you have won once. Our first game is worth $100 plus $25 for every square that is captured. Our champion always gets to start. That is Victoria. Pick a square and let's go.
Anson, please.
Anson Williams.
Yo.
What has more calories, the hot dog or the bun?
The hot dog or the bun? Well, you know, they take, all sorts of different meats to make that hot dog, and it's more protein. It's not really a lot of calories. And in the bun, there's a lot of sugar, a lot of butter. So it's definitely the bun.
He says the bun has more calories than the hot dog. Agree or disagree for the first square, Victoria?
I disagree.
The hot dog has more calories than the bun. That shows why you've been on 5 days in a row. You get the square and $25. Okay, Craig Williams, she is tough. You are playing O. Pick a star.
Leonard, please.
Leonard Fry.
Thank you. A whispered yay.
They were hoping for Marlena, Leonard. Which lasts longer, your average fan belt or your average garter belt?
Come on, Leonard.
Which lasts longer, garter belt or a fan belt?
Show him your garter belt, Leonard.
I'll show you my garter belt.
He has a fan belt holding his garter.
Come here, Leonard. I'll tell you a little secret again.
Tell me.
Fan belt or garter belt?
Yes. Are you there?
The answer.
I'm there.
Come in,
yes,
Leonard.
I'm there. I feel that unequivocally, as I say with all this trepidation on my face, a garter belt.
He says the average garter belt lasts longer than the average fan belt. Agree or disagree, Craig?
I agree.
The average fan belt lasts longer than the average garter belt. You should have disagreed with Leonard, and an X
You don't
goes
know
up
garter
there.
belts,
The
Leonard.
average fan belt lasts 1.5 years, but a garter belt only lasts, believe it or not, 3 months on the average.
Says who?
Not a goodbye.
Who says?
We have
Who does
authorities.
say?
We have people who know.
says?
After the commercial, I may be
You're not
able to
used
tell
to
you.
garter belts, are you,
Victoria Narbudas, you have 2 X's up there in a row. Pick a star for me.
Pat, please.
Pat McCormick, and this would be to win the first game. Pat, according to Modern Bride magazine, who should pay for the groom's medical examination? The bride or the groom?
Give me a break.
Who sent me that?
See. Below the waist? No, I have no idea. Bride or the groom? Oh. No, I happen to know that because of Emily Post. I was going to do a show with her. I'm pretty sure. I know the answer, but I'm trying to see the.
Would you care to tell us?
The groom.
Yeah, the groom. The groom should pay for his own medical examination. For the game, agree or disagree, Victoria?
I agree.
The groom should pay for his own medical examination. Right, you agree, you get the square, you win the first game. Oh, boy, you are on a roll, 175. Not us so far, Craig, but there's plenty of time. We're going to be back to play a $200 game after these messages.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. Now, back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
Okay, our next game is worth $200, $25 for every square that is captured. The last game was won by Victoria. That means that, Craig, you get to start this one. Pick a star.
Anson, please.
Wait your turn,
Craig?
Victoria.
Craig, you're a typical man. I mean, Anson, you're a typical man.
That's
Wait
a hard
minute.
question.
I'm a typical man? Okay.
According to this, imagine. You dream that you give a woman a bag of pistachios. According to the book, what your dreams mean. Are you sexually attracted to this woman, or do you think she's nuts?
I'm just a regular guy, and I have a dream, and I pretend I'm giving a girl a bag of pistachio nuts. And do I think is that a sexual thing, or is she nuts?
Right.
Well, hey, I have to tell you,
He just said
to
that.
open a pistachio nut and eat it and all that with all that stuff you have to do, it's very sensual. So definitely, it's sexual.
He says you're sexually attracted to that woman. You give the pistachios. Agree or disagree for the first square in this game, Craig?
Have to agree.
You're sexually attracted to her. You have to agree and you're right to agree. You get the first square and you get
Buy
an
those
out there.
pistachios.
Okay, 1-0 for him. You're playing X, Victoria. Where would you like to put an X?
Gene, please.
Gene Rayburn.
Gene is ready.
Which one of these people was once a game show host? Was it Ronald Reagan or Walter Cronkite?
Walter Cronkite, I think he worked in the West Coast somewhere early in his career, and conceivably he might have done that.
Says Walter Cronkite was once a game show host. Agree or disagree, Victoria?
I agree.
Walter Cronkite it was. Yes, you were right to agree, and you get the square. In 1954, Walter Cronkite hosted a show called It's News to Me.
Dialing for bowlers.
Okay, Craig, your move with an O.
Well, Reagan had one. It was called "What's My Foreign Policy?"
That's still running, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Okay, Craig, pick a star.
Phil, please.
Phil Proctor. Thank you.
Yes, yes, I'm here. I'm waiting.
You gave your girlfriend the world's hardest Christmas present.
Yes?
What did you give her?
How did you find out about this? The world. Go ahead.
That was the whole question.
That's it. Well, I gave her the say it again. I don't want
The
to
world's
embarrass
hardest Christmas present.
myself.
What was it?
Hardest?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas present? What did I give her?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question?
Doesn't he get a choice?
Your agent's
No choices or anything? I just have to.
That's
the
it, Phil.
hardest Christmas present.
That's all
What's
she
the
wrote.
hardest? Titanium? Something heavy. Hard.
Chocolate chip
iron.
titanium.
Iron.
It's your agent's heart.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. Why are you pointing to your chest?
I wasn't.
Well, are you? Diamonds.
Okay. He says diamonds would be the world's hardest Christmas present. Agree or disagree, Craig?
I have to agree.
A diamond it is. Whoa! Right to agree. Okay. You get the square. That means he's got 2 O's in a row up here, Victoria. You are playing X. Pick a star.
Sybil to block, please.
Right. You missed this one. The game belongs to Craig Williams. Sybil Danning. Which came first? The Playboy centerfold or the Polaroid snapshot?
Good question for you, sir.
Yes, Sybil,
Didn't they
go
use
ahead.
Polaroids in Playboy first? It looks to me like they use the Polaroids in Playboy first.
That's not the question.
And yeah, but I'm
Okay, all right.
You know, I've never seen Playboy, so I'm trying to think now.
I know a mean
Think
person.
fast, Sybil.
Centerfold or the, I would say, knowing well,
I know
these
a mean
technical things
person.
work. Yes, no, I know. I would say the Playboy centerfold.
She says the Playboy centerfold came before the Polaroid snapshot. To block, Victoria, agree or disagree?
I disagree.
The Polaroid snapshot came before the Playboy centerfold. You were right to disagree, and you get to swear and you do block. We get to complete our $200 game right after this. You get to come back and watch it. Okay, $225 for Victoria and $50 so far for Craig. But we are in the middle of a game that is pivotal because it's worth $200. It is your move, Craig. You're playing O. Pick a star.
Pat the block, please.
Mm-hmm. You missed this one. Victoria gets a big lead. Pat McCormick, your bleached blonde hair turned green in the swimming pool. You've got a date in a few hours. Now, according to household hints expert Mary Ellen, what will fix it? A solution of aspirin or liquid fish fertilizer?
His date also has green hair, so it doesn't.
Stick it in my water bed, which my wife declared the Dead Sea. I'd say the fish fertilizer, having been a lot of things have turned green on me. I had to go to Lourdes to get a hangover cured the other day.
Craig, he says that fish fertilizer will fix that green hair. Agree or disagree to block?
I'll have to disagree.
A solution of aspirin it is. You were right to disagree, and you get the square, and you do block. Okay, and once again, it's a seesaw battle back and forth. That changes the complexion of things. Victoria, you're playing X. Where would you like to move?
Jenny Lee, please.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Victoria.
Okay. You want to move to Jenny Lee, even though you had an opportunity to block. Okay, Jenny Lee Harrison. How many toes does a Barbie doll have? 10 or none?
Well, last time I braided them.
You love this question, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You know what? I think none. I don't think that because they're always covered up, I don't think that they would take the time to, you know, put on all those little toes and stuff. It's a lot of plastic, a lot of things that, you know, those people in the factories have to work on. Moving right along, none.
So they just don't bother with the toes, she says. No toes on a Barbie doll. Agree or disagree, Victoria?
I think, yeah, it's just the foot. It was just the foot, and they slide it in the
Yes,
little...
She's thinking now, Jenny. Cool it. Okay, she says no toes on the Barbie doll. Agree or disagree?
I disagree.
There are 10 toes on the Barbie doll. You're right to disagree. And you get that square. Okay. Now she chose not to block. Oh, the bell means time is up. $250. She is saved by the bell, possibly. Victoria Narbutis once again, 5 days in a row, she's done it. Now, as you can see, she's a veteran of this game. She doesn't wait. She just goes over there. She wants to give Gene Rayburn a little kiss and a little hug and get ready to play the super match. Craig, you're still here with me. We have to say goodbye to you. It was really a very close game. You have $75, but it was much closer than that, as we all know. And you have our thanks for playing Match Game Hollywood Squares. Attaboy. Okay, Gene Rayburn, take it away.
Here we go, John. Our congratulations, Victoria. We'll be back with her and our 9 celebrities, and we'll see how much more money she'll win right after this.
Now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Gene Wood. All right. I want to point out that the rules state that the maximum number of days one can appear in this position for the super match is 5 days. This is Victoria's 5th day, and we wish her well and hope she wins another $30,000. Here we go. We polled the recent studio audience and write down your best answer to this. Blank agent. Remember, we've got $1,000 for the top one, $500 for the second most popular, and $250 for the third. Now, which stars would you like to call upon for a little assist here?
John, please.
Secret agent.
Secret agent is 1.
Anson, please.
Talent.
Talent agent, 2.
What?
Mary, please.
You stole my 2. I have theatrical agent.
Theatrical agent, talent agent, and secret agent are the 3 they've given you. Now you have to make a decision of choosing one of those or thinking up one of your own.
Secret agent.
You want to go for secret agent? All right. Let's see if it's up there. And if so, where? Apparently you think it's a correct decision, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look for secret agent. May we see the $250 response? Talent agent is up there. We have that. All right. The $500 response says travel agent. Hey, that's not a bad one. Of course. Travel agent, a good one. Last chance for secret agent. Here we go. Slide it, Greg. Secret agent. All right, Victoria. Now, you got the 1,000. It's time now to play the head-to-head match with any star of your choosing. And remember, the star you choose will reveal that hidden number, a 10, a 20, or a 30. We'll multiply that number by the $1,000, which is now yours. Time to make your pick.
I hate to be repetitious, but John, please.
You think the big 3-0 is going to be there for the second day in a row?
Well, I just like John.
All right.
Good luck, John. You just got married, Victoria.
Is something going on that we should know about, John?
They both have the same rash.
They both have the what?
Same rash.
All right.
They don't have the same nose, that's for sure.
Now, would you grab the tab there and give it a whirl, and let's see what the hidden number is.
Okay.
Go. A 10. All right, that means you're playing for $10,000. All right. You'll have over $45,000 if you collect this one. Good luck to you. This is it. Just square around and face me a little more. All right. Blank opener. Or blank opener. No help from the audience, please. If we hear an answer, we got to start all over again. All right. John is ready. It's up to you to match him and collect that $10,000. How do you do that?
Can opener?
Can opener is what she says. Okay, John, here we go. The moment of truth for the big money, $10,000. She says can opener will match you.
Well, you know, before she came on this show, Victoria probably was saying to herself, I wonder if it's really possible to be on this show for 5 days in a row. Can someone do that and win a lot of money? And the answer is yes, she can.
$46,200. $46,200. Another 10. Okay, friends, we'll be back right after this. Okay, now, hold it. Before I tell you who this fellow is, let's reveal the big 3-0 here. Who's got the big 3-0?
Voulez-vous,
Mary! Mary had it.
Hey. Mary Kay.
I'll tell you who this fellow is now. There's been so much hugging and kissing going on between Victoria and John. I figured I better bring Victoria's husband down here to chaperone this whole thing. How do you feel?
Great.
What are you going to do with the money?
We're going to put a down payment on a home.
That's wonderful.
That's terrific. The Match Game Hollywood Squares Dream House Hour.
Right. Thank you all. Gene Rayburn here, inviting you to join us next time.
And John Bauman saying so long for the Match Game Hollywood Squares.
A member of our studio audience will receive Gibson's Variable Speed Washmaster Automatic Washer, designed to save time and energy, plus matching automatic dryer with vacuum dry system for energy-efficient drying power, furnished by Gibson. This is Gene Woods speaking for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.